difference. That offensive line goes across 300, 260, 230, 280, 280 on the right side. I mean, it's a monster offensive line. So this is a carbon copy of what Fred Bouchard did, and now Phil Light just taking that, hit and copy and paste, and it's working, obviously. This team hasn't lost since November of 2016.
Wow.
I mean, it's a proven system, and if it ain't broke, why fix it?
Jeremy, when you look at Staley, specifically Jaden Moss, I mean, I know we talk a lot about players that could translate to the next level. At 5'10", 170, I mean, he's showing he can be very productive. I mean, do you think, is this a kid that, I mean, he's averaging well over 7 yards a carry and has been the engine really behind this offense when he's been healthy. But is this the kind of kid that you see end up at a Northwest Missouri State that maybe redshirts for the Bearcats and then comes out and just ends up being another one in a long line of stalwart running backs for that program?
No, I certainly think that's probably the appropriate level. I don't think he's a Power 5 or Group of 5 type guy. I think he might just be a 1AA or even Division II type kid. But he is ultra productive. You hit those numbers right there, 7.1 yards a carry. That'll jump out to anybody at all. But what I like about him, he's also very versatile. They love to throw the football to him out of the backfield. He's got 7 receptions for 80 yards and a touchdown through the air. And he also comes up big in big games. The biggest game for this for Staley so far this season has been against Kearney. And he had 176 yards and put the team on his back with 21 carries. So he comes through in big games, and certainly I think, Randy, you hit the nail on the head there. I think he could be a kid that could play on that level. He's a college player for somebody, just not quite sure if it's a Division I level.
Tim, when you look at these two squads, and I know you've had a chance to watch a little bit of film this week as you've been preparing for this game, tell me what you've seen from the defenses from both schools.
Well, again, we were talking about Staley kind of being a carbon copy from what Fred Bouchard did. I mean, this defense has been unreal. They are holding opponents under 7 points a game so far. And, again, it's a small sample size, only 4 games, but they've played some really good teams as well. Kearney, we were mentioning, that was a really big game earlier in the year, 7 points against Staley. Lee Summit, again, the next week, only 7 points against this defense. So the defense is very good. They're big in a lot of areas along the defensive line. Again, similar to the offensive line, they're big, 240, 300, 250. So, again, very stout on the defensive line. And then the linebackers, obviously, they've got some size, but they're athletic in that defensive secondary. They're very athletic. But the same thing for Lee Summit West. They're missing Von Zell Kelly, the Iowa State commit. But still, despite that, they're very good. They're opportunistic. This Lee Summit West defense last week, 5 takeaways in that win against Rockbridge, 28-7. They were really the driving force in that win against Rockbridge because the offense, for the most part, didn't really show up. It was the defense. So both of these teams had very good defenses. Staley's, though, maybe a little bit more stout than what Lee Summit West is.
Interesting matchup, I think. Like you say, lots of this is going to be the kind of game where kids are going to be simple. I mean, this is going to be a tough, physically grinded out football game. I think with two squads with the kind of talent and the level of coaching that we see from these two programs year in, year out, I mean, this is a great game of the week. I agree with what you said earlier, Tim. We've got a chance to have quite a run here through the middle of the season with some really impressive matchups, and this just being the first one in what will be quite a schedule going forward.
Yeah, I think without a doubt, I think credit Chad Rader. He hit the nail right on the head. I don't think there are a lot of better games in the area tonight. There are going to be some fun ones, no doubt, but you're talking number 1 in Missouri Class 5, reigning state champion, taking on maybe right now the best team on this side of the state in Class 6. They're right now number 2 in Class 6 in the Titans. I mean, on paper, it doesn't get any better.
Gentlemen, thank you very much. We're going to take a break, and we will throw it back out to you guys for kickoff. This is Sports Radio 810 WHB's coverage of high school football.
High school football coverage is presented by the Sportsman.
It's only a 2-minute break, just so you know.
That works.
I was looking at this stat. These two teams have won 168 games and only lost 38 in the last.
$1,000 trade assistance plus $500 down payment assistance with the purchase of any new Chevrolet at all 3 McCarthy Chevrolet locations. And by A&B Car Star, locally owned and operated, and a proud sponsor of high school football on Sports Radio 8.
No, that's okay. I just was like, what happened there?
Right.
Not a good time for it to go off on us.
If you're enjoying to buy your next new or pre-owned car or SUV from Kansas City's luxury car leader, Aristocrat.
Got so much room here to play with.
Right.
You got the long one at least, kind of, right?
Yeah, this is the longer one.
No, well, you need it, so.
With on-air personalities.
Aristocrat Motors, the place to come, enjoy, and drive home.
I didn't know they played on ESPN.
What now?
I didn't know they played on ESPN.
Way back then, when, yeah.
Yeah, in 2012.
Yeah.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device.
Yeah.
Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue
It's a little better.
Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now. Kansas City's home for high school sports. 810varsity.com.
Might just have to deal with it tonight, guys.
Hi, this is Brett Bailey. For over 50 years, my family has been operating the A&B CarStar locations in the Kansas City and St. Joseph area. If you have been in an accident, come to one of our 5 locations and let us take care of all your repair needs. Don't be intimidated. We're here to make it easy for you, from working with your insurance company to rental cars to getting you back on the road. A&B CarStar is here to help. Call us today at 816-741-6966. A&B CarStar. Relax. We'll take it from here.
Sports Radio 810 WHB, America's largest all-sports radio station.
He appointed one guy and then said, "Oh, let's go over here, let's go over here." And he did that multiple times. I think we got a little peek into the underbelly of what was going on that field, that Patrick Mahomes was under control, understood the concept, and was able to pull the trigger and make plays with his,
Here we go.
his legs and not just his arm.
Your hometown radio station, Sports Radio 810 WHB. WHB, Kansas City.
The Sports Radio 810 High School Football Game of the Week is brought to you by the Sports Medicine and Performance Center at the University of Kansas Health System. Find them at sportsmedicine.kansashealthsystem.com. And by A&B CarStar, serving Kansas City since 1964. A&B CarStar, locally owned and operated with 5 convenient locations in KC.
Just a few years ago, Staley and Lee Summit West was one of the most entertaining matchups we had in Kansas City. In 2014, though, the Titans jumped to Class 6 and the rivalry got put to rest. Tonight, it's time to knock the dust off. 4 years have gone by since these last two battled on the gridiron, and neither of these teams have skipped a beat. Staley is coming off a Class 5 state title and haven't lost a game since November of 2016. Lee Summit West on the other side is led by an 8-10 varsity player of the year candidate at quarterback, have started the season 4-0, and they find themselves ranked second in Class 6. I am Tim Spurl. He is Jeremy Crabtree. And Jeremy, it's time to bring this rivalry back to life.
Oh, and this is just two of the top high school football programs in the entire state of Missouri. Over the last 9 seasons, these two teams have won 168 games and only lost 38. They've won 5 state titles combined, including last season's 14-0 run by Staley, as you mentioned. And what's cool about these coaches and these programs, they're under third-year head coaches Phil Light at Staley and Vinny Carswell at Lee Summit West. Both of them were replacing legendary coaches. Obviously, Light replaced Fred Bouchard, who built the Staley program from the ground up. And it's the same story at Lee Summit West, who Carswell replaced Royce Bain, the coach who came in and when the school opened its doors here. So these two teams are just such mirror images of each other. They're both very defensive-minded. West maybe a little bit more explosive on offense. They get it done a little bit differently on offense, but they're so stout on defense, and this has all the makings of the game of the year on the Missouri side of the state line.
Neither of these teams have lost in 2018. Rolling into tonight, obviously, 4-0 Staley, 4-0 Lee Summit West, and both teams have been tested. Both teams have played teams within the top 25. Staley had to run through Kearney and Lee Summit, both in the top 20. And Lee Summit West, they've got their own pair of top 20 wins over Park Hill, and they took down Fort Osage in a comeback win on the road. Lee Summit West, they're the second-ranked team in Missouri Class 6. Number 1 in Missouri Class 5, you guessed it, the Staley Falcons. They are now 18-0, dating back to November of 2016. And this is, again, Jeremy, on paper, a fantastic matchup.
Yeah, it's going to be great. It's an electric atmosphere. We've been here to done these games at Lee Summit West a number of times over the years. And this crowd is electric. It's perfect football weather. It's 65 degrees. Let's play some football, Tim.
Lee Summit West will receive the opening kickoff. They will go left to right across your radio dial, across your screen if you're watching us live on 810varsity.com. They're in those Navy uniforms. They've got the white numbers, the white Titan logo on the side of the helmet. Staley will kick off from the right side. They have got their white uniforms, the green pants, the dark green helmets with the Falcon on the side of the helmet. Taylor Wilson, Sammy Cooper, back deep for the Titans. Week 5 in the state of Missouri is underway. Jacob Stewart's kick is going to be a short one. A pooch kick to the 25 is fielded cleanly by the up man for the Titans. Reversing field, looking for room. He doesn't find any, and getting swarmed back near the 20-yard line was Trevor Cardell, and here comes that Titans attack.
Yeah, Titans attack is led by Ben Coble, the senior quarterback, completing 57% of his passes, 982 yards this season. But what's most impressive about him is that he is very, very accurate when it comes to not throwing the football to the other team. He's only thrown 5 interceptions in his career, 30 touchdowns, and he likes to flip it around. They've got some explosive receivers on the perimeter, led by Sammy Cooper, the junior speedster, number 4.
Coble has only thrown 1 pick so far this season. He's going to open up with a play fake and a screen out to the right side, completing to Cade Clemens and climbing up near the 23-yard line. Pick up about 4 yards on first down.
And we're going to see a Staley defense that plays mainly out of a 3-4 look, and they've got some good size up front. Their defensive backs are tremendous in coverage. Landon Donaldson, the senior cornerback, is all over the place with 22 tackles, but most importantly, 3 tackles for a loss. So he is all over the place and makes a lot of big plays for them.
Dominique Lyons getting the start at the far side corner position for Staley. He has already got himself 2 interceptions in this early season. On second down, they're going to give on a fly sweep to Taylor Wilson. He's got the edge. He's got a first down across the 30, down near the 34-yard line, and the speed of Wilson getting himself to the edge.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of small backs do big things so far this season, led by Tank Young over at St. Thomas Aquinas, and Taylor Wilson's very much the same thing, 5'7", 150 pounds, but he is very, very quick, and you saw some explosive running ability right there when he got the ball in the perimeter.
Vinny Careswell, he likened him to one Phillip Brooks from last year. They're going to open up with a play fake. Ben Coble in trouble, and he's dropped back near the 27-yard line. The Staley defense gets home.
Number of guys that got through there. Take your pick. The offensive line did not do a very good job, but really like that Staley brought some heat from that linebacker level, and Coble just did not have any time at all.
They sent Landon Donaldson on the blitz. He was one of the Falcons that got there, but like you said, a slew of them were in the area. 2nd and 15 for Lee Summit West. We're a minute and a half into quarter number 1. Coble from the pistol. High snap is going to throw a screen again to Clemens on the right side. He is going to get around one tackler, scoot off of a hit, and then he's gang tackled back at the 28-yard line.
Wow.
Boy, this Falcons defense can fly.
That's exactly right. It's hard to see sometimes on film how fast a team is. They look fast on film, but I tell you what, Tim, they look absolutely blistering out here on those first couple plays. They rallied to the football very effectively there. This is going to be fun to watch this defense all night long.
And this is their identity. Just 6.8 points a game through 4 games. Nobody has scored more than 7 against the Falcons through 4 games this season. 4 receivers on a 3rd and 14 play for the Titans. The 6-foot senior quarterback, a short drop, pressure in his face, stepping up, getting around one, throwing over the middle, completing to Cooper, shakes off one tackle, and then he gets blasted near the 40-yard line. That's going to be about 4 or 5 yards short of the first down.
I like right there. Good job by Ben Coble stepping up and getting it to Cooper, but even better job by this Staley defense to force the punt. They got pressure on him with just 4 guys, and if they can get pressure with 4 guys all night long, it's going to be a long night for Ben Coble.
First catch of the night for Sammy Cooper. He leads this team in receptions with 23 now on the year. But the punt unit out there for Lee Summit West. And Koa Grace back deep to receive this punt. And it's going to be a fake, and no, they set it up, but now they boot it away, and it is a line drive that is going to carry inside the 5 and all the way to the end zone. But, boy, it looked like they were trying to set up a fake punt. Everyone took off, and Cade Clemens, it looked like if he wanted to run it, he could have.
He might have had a chance to get the first down. Just nobody at all from Staley came after to pressure the punt. They all went back in coverage, and that's something to kind of pay attention to later on in the game. Is Staley going to bring somebody on that pressure and leave the Gunners go, or is he going to be able to run the football right there?
I
Because
think
he had an opportunity.
Yeah.
He certainly had that opportunity there.
And the Titans' coaches' box is to our right, and they were yelling, go, go, go. So you would assume he's got the option to run it there. Here comes the Staley attack. And a high snap goes over the head of Grace. It rolls into the end zone. He's going to boot it into the band, and a safety for Lee Summit West. A high snap, and Grace didn't really have much of an option. He could have fallen on it, but he would have been in the end zone. And that's how the scoring kicks off tonight.
Actually, that's a heady play by Grace to get the ball out of the back of the end zone. Dan O'Neill, the senior center, gave his quarterback absolutely zero chance on that play. So Lee Summit West gets on the board unconventionally with a safety.
So it's 2-0 now. Lee Summit West. We will keep you right here. The first safety we've seen on our game of the week.
We'll see some more, but that one just probably a little fired up. First game, the first play of a big game like this, and but just not what you expect from a very good coached Phil Light squad.
Either way, though, I think you said it. A good decision, though, by Loa Grace to just boot that one through the end zone. Because, again, what are you going to do in that situation? You pick it up, you're scrambling for your life back there, and you could end up coughing it up just as quickly as you pick it up.
Yeah, and if you make a mistake, it certainly turns into six
Right.
points instead of 2. So very heady play. Actually, pretty good athletic play, too, to be able to kick the ball because it wasn't laying on the ground. It was kind of bouncing around a little bit.
Right.
So saw a little soccer play, a little one-touch soccer kick there.
So the punt unit back out there for Staley, essentially the kickoff unit. And Lee Summit West, again, they will send back Wilson and Cooper to return this kick off the 20-yard line. 2-0 Titans, 8:45 to play, opening quarter. And Staley's offense has been out there for one play.
Lee Summit West should, in theory, get very good field position here.
Another high, short kick taken by the up man near the 43, near midfield. Dragging a tackler is Trevor Cardell. And here comes this Titans offense. First time we saw them, they went backwards, a sack, and they were forced to punt. Second time, though, they've got great field position.
Well, and we saw them have success on one play when they ran the football. When they ran the football, they had some success, but then they tried to get Ben Coble going in the passing game. And this Staley, this Falcon defense just lit him up. They're going to be aggressive all night long. You watch them on tape, they're going to bring linebackers. They're going to bring people from different rush angles. So it's going to be interesting to see what that counter is by this Titan offensive staff. Do they go back to the ground game and try to get that going here against this 3-4 defense?
Titans will start on the Staley side of midfield. They're going to set up in a pistol formation. Two receivers to the right. Now they motion one out. Coble almost lost the snap. Gets rid of a screen pass that was nearly picked by Arello, and it's 2nd and 10.
Now that play just did not go well from the snap. The snap was off to the side. People were running all over the place. A linebacker got through almost untouched. So it could have easily been disaster for the Titans. Very fortunate that it fell to the ground incomplete.
And if that snap isn't bobbled, the play is probably there immediately. But since it was bobbled, it threw off the timing and allowed Arello to make a good play, get up in the passing lane. And now it's 2nd and 10. Titans are going to set up 3 to the right and 1 to the left for Ben Coble. Hard count, low snap, picks it up. Stepping up, pressure from his backside. He's going to get away from it, throw deep down the right side and complete it. A diving grab made on the sideline. Down to the 21-yard line. Cade Goodall, what a grab.
Well, that's about as good of a catch as you're going to see in a high school level. But how about the play by Ben Coble? Since the pressure, steps up in the pocket, then scoots to his right, gets his shoulders turned and threw a dart to where only Cade Goodall can make the catch on the sideline. What an outstanding play by both quarterback and receiver there.
1st and 10, 8:26 to play first quarter. 2-0 Titans. Coble into the shotgun. First carry to Marshall is nearly a fumbled exchange, but Marshall pulls it out of there, climbs across the 20-yard line. Short gain on first down.
I know if you're seeing what I'm seeing, every single play, Staley's bringing multiple linebackers, brought both inside linebackers there, bringing outside linebackers in the previous play. They are ultra aggressive, so it's going to be just fascinating to see this cat and mouse game between this offense and this defense.
Max Payne now in there at tailback. Marcian Marshall remains in the ball game. He's a wing to the right for Ben Coble. On a 2nd and 8 play, Coble sends Marshall in motion. He's going to flip it out to Payne, and Payne is gang tackled back near the 20-yard line. Again, Staley sends pressure, and they're just waiting for that pitch.
It was pretty defense. Everybody kept their fits, kept their leverage, outside leverage. Nobody could get to the outside, and they rally to the football. Boy, they look absolutely just stunning in person how quick they are.
And we mentioned across the front, they're very stout, but behind those defensive linemen, they are very athletic, very quick to the ball, and it's evident in this opening quarter. 3rd and 8. Marshall back in at tailback. Coble pistol snap. Looking right. Pressure coming. Shakes off one. Shakes off another. And now he's going to hit the deck. Back near the 22-yard line. You can only stay alive so long if you're Ben Coble.
They brought 3 linebackers on that play. Just said, you can't stop us. Hayden Gregg was the guy that got through eventually and stopped Coble. But, boy, that was just impressive. This offensive line's got to figure out a way to give their quarterback some sense of security in that pocket.
4th and 10, they keep the offense out there. This is outside of Michael Wiley's kicking range. They are off the Staley 22-yard line, even if they don't convert. The Falcons are only starting at their 22. 4th down, Coble shotgun snap. Play fake, rolling right, pressure coming again. Flag flies, and he gets dropped all the way back to the 38-yard line. No chance again for the Titans, and this is in the area of holding.
Yeah, it's going to be holding, block in the back, whatever it matters. But Landon Donaldson just came up from his outside linebacker. He's listed as a safety, but he's an outside linebacker with the way that he plays. And, boy, he was right through there. And 4th down, you know what? We're going to bring more linebackers, and nobody could stop him. He was unblocked in that backfield. Great job by the Staley defense. Gave up great field position after the safety, but forces the turnover on downs.
It was a hold against Lee Summit West, and now here comes that Staley offense. And the last time we saw them, they went one play and then put points on the board for Lee Summit West. A snap that went over the head of Loa Grace that he booted into the back of the end zone. This time they're going to start at their own 38-yard line. There's a 16-yard sack on that 4th down play.
It turned field position, too.
Yeah. So the 6'2 quarterback, Grace, takes the pistol snap. He's going to give to Jaden Moss. Following his right guard, he plunges across the 40 near the 42-yard line. And we talked about it in the pregame. You mentioned it. They talked about it in the studio. Effective running the football is Jaden Moss.
He is, and he's got good speed. I mean, he's not a burner, so to say, but what I noticed most about watching him on film is he's very patient with his runs. He lets his offensive line set up their blocks, and a good example of that right there on that medium game.
3 to the left side, and now whistles and flags fly before the snap, and we got movement.
Yeah, I think Hampton Minifield, the defensive lineman for Lee Summit West, jumped offside.
So a 5-yard penalty is going to make this a 2nd and short situation, 2nd and about a yard for Staley. 5:53 to play opening quarter. 2-0 Lee Summit West. Staley, though, trying to answer back on their second drive of the ball game. 3 left for Grace as he checks the sideline. From the shotgun, he's going to give it to Jaden Moss. Breaks one tackle, falls forward near the 1st down sticks. He might have it depending on the spot.
Now he should if you give the spot that we have up here, but no, we're not the spot. We're not the referees down on the field, but I think that's a 1st down.
It is right at the 48, which is exactly where the yard to gain was. And they're going to call an official's timeout. Going to measure 5:39 to play in this opening quarter, and Staley has obviously rattled off 18 straight wins. Kings of Class 5, but I think the real surprise is what Lee Summit West has done at the start of this year. And they were considered a very good team before the year started, but maybe not an elite team in Class 6, but they've looked like it through 4 weeks.
You know, when I work at KMBC Channel 9, and Mario Goodrich announced his commitment with us on signing day in February, and Vinny Careswell pulled me aside and said, I really like this group that I have coming back. And a lot of people, he said, people are going to underrank us. People are not going to think we're going to be very good. But I like the makeup of this group. And sure enough, they've come out and rattled off. That Park Hill win early in week 1 was darn impressive. But then to go on the road and win at Fort Osage was also impressive. So this is a good squad. They're playing above their heads in some senses.
They measured it. They were short, and on a 3rd and a yard, they're going to give to Jaden Moss. And this time he picks it up definitively across midfield into Titan territory. Call it 3 yards on a 3rd and inches.
Well, and what's interesting, this Lee Summit West team is so good on 3rd down. Only giving up 29% of their 3rd down, so that's a good conversion for the Staley Falcon offense.
Again, 2-0 Titans on a safety. And Grace is going to fake the option. He's going to reverse field, breaking a tackle, diving across the 45-yard line. So 4 yards on a curious little play design there, but it's effective for Staley.
That's a different way to run the counter. As you said, he faked the option to the left, faked the pitch to the left, and immediately followed the pulling left tackle and Jackson Fender, and he opened up a nice hole for him.
Shotgun snap. Grace has time. He's going to zip it left side, complete it, and getting dropped at the 35 is Ramon Shelton, his first grab of the ball game.
I tell you what, anytime that they can get a completion vertically up the field like that, that's a huge win. Huge win. And Grace comes off the field as they alternating some quarterbacks run game here, but that was a strike by Grace. Threw that ball right on the money.
And here comes Dawson Parks in at quarterback. He's rushed 25 times on the year. He's going to open up with a play fake, and he's going to connect on a hitch route over the middle to Shannon Stewart, dragging a tackler across the 25, a gain of 11, and a first down for Staley.
Tell you what, that's probably not the play that they're expecting from Dawson Parks. He's only 4 or 5 on this season for 78 yards, but he ran the short yardage thing for the third down conversion, but the true first play that he's come out there when throws a dart for a completion.
Parks sends a man in motion. He's going to fake it to Stewart. He's going to keep it, and he's going to get swallowed up back at the 24-yard line. A loss of about half a yard. And now he heads off, and Loa Grace checks back in at quarterback.
Yeah, we saw Parks on film do some good stuff, but I just did not imagine he would come in and play this early in the game like this with as effective as Grace has been the last few weeks.
2nd and 11. Grace is going to hand off right side to Koa Grace. He's going to break a tackle, slip out left side, and then drag down at the near hash mark around the the 18-yard line. And it's going to set up a 3rd and about 4 play.
As I said earlier, Lee Summit West is very, very good on defense. Let's see if the Falcons can convert 2 third downs this drive.
Grace, short drop on a 3rd down. He's going to throw over the middle, threw it behind his receiver, and it was nearly picked by Sammy Cooper, and it's 4th and 5.
Grace was not able to kind of set his feet there. Elliott Keys, the big senior defensive end, got in his face and disturbed him just enough. Interesting play call. It was as well as Staley's been running the football. They decided to go with the pass there, assuming that they were going to go for it on 4th down here and run the football.
4th and 5, 3.5. So play opening quarter. 2-0 Titans. Falcons going for it from the Titans 17-yard line. Grace sends a man in motion. Short drop. Has time. Throws over the middle. It is too high for Profit. Incomplete. And it's Titans football.
Interesting play call. The play was open. I mean, he was open. Profit had a step to the inside. Grace threw the ball high, but with as well as we saw Staley run the football on that drive, go for it. Play call on that 4th down play was a pass play instead of a run play. I think I would have liked to maybe at least try to run the football there.
So both teams go for it on 4th down in the opponent's territory. Both fail. And ball back with the Titans, 3.5 to play opening quarter. 2-0 Lee Summit West on a safety early in this opening quarter. Coble back in there from the pistol formation. Low snap. He hands off straight up the middle. Big hole spinning off a man is Payne. He's got a first down near the 28-yard line.
Need to get back and doing that. That last drive, first couple drives here, they tried to throw the ball a little bit, but every time they've run the ball, they've been pretty effective. So keep running right at this blitzing attack. That's how you counter that speed.
Payne remains in there at tailback after an 11-yard dash on 1st down. And now another 1st down opportunity. Coble. This time is going to give to Payne, and he is met hard at the line of scrimmage.
Payne with the carry. Tackle made by number 51, Zach Barrett.
2nd and 10 for Lee Summit West. Again, this has been an explosive offense over 4 games, averaging more than 31 points a game. They've done most of their damage through the air, 261.5 yards per game through the air.
Yeah, 8.7 yards a pass. That's good numbers right there.
Coble is going to hand off to Payne again behind left guard, pushes the pile near the 30-yard line. That's going to set up another difficult 3rd down situation and we see a couple of handoffs. Again, like you were alluding to the last drive, Staley is sending pressure early and often.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine they want Coble sitting back there taking too many hits early on.
Now that you're in this third and long situation, you got to be looking for something that's going to be quick, so you look for slants, hitches, things where your receiver can break a tackle and get a first down.
4 receivers in the formation for Coble. Staley showing pressure. They bring pressure. Coble scrambling. He's going to zip it out right side in the flat, breaking one tackle, getting around the corner, 35, 40, 50, 45, and pushed down is Cade Clemens in Staley territory to the 40-yard line.
Oh, that play should have been about a 10-yard loss, but Clemens somehow, some way was able to just get to the outside and race up the sideline. That was a slow developing screen pass to the receiver, and it was blowing up. Well defended initially by the Falcons, but they just missed an open field tackle. If they tackle him, it's a big loss, and they've got the punt teams running on the field. Instead, now Titans convert and are now at the 40-yard line.
Coble, low snap again. He's going to shovel it to Payne, and Payne is going to get swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. And they tried to run that where they set it up essentially like a screen to the tailback, but Coble just kind of flips it to him. By that time, Staley sniffed it out.
Well, interesting. That was the first time that they didn't bring pressure.
Yeah.
Expecting the pressure, they run the kind of shovel pass, and guess what? Staley doesn't bring the blitz, so there's guys there waiting for the receiver. It was a running back.
Minute 20 to go, opening quarter, 2-0 Titans. Coble empties out the backfield. He's going to send Wilson in motion. He's going to give it to him on a fly sweep, and he is drilled at the 41-yard line. Hayden Gregg hammered him in the hole.
Hammered him, looked like he was shot out of a cannon. That was great linebacker play. He just immediately read that play, kept that perfect angle, and delivered a blow. Wow, that's going to be fun to watch on film tomorrow.
Loss of a yard, and we're inside of 50 seconds to play in the first quarter. Empty backfield again for Coble. See if Staley brings pressure. They don't show it. Only 3 down linemen. They won't bring it. They rush 3. Coble still looking for his life. He's going to scramble left side. He's going to step up and run. He's got a first down, and he's out of bounds to the 28-yard line. That time he had time.
Yeah.
In the entire secondary bailed out following those deep routes. And, boy, you had all the room in the world to run.
Staley wanted a holding call on Marwan Kirkwood, number 95, the defensive end, but still, nice job by Penn Coble. That's the one thing that makes him kind of different is that he does have that escapability, and right there was able to just enough for that first down. And again, they don't bring the blitz, and it got them on third down.
To the Falcon 28-yard line. Man in motion to the right side. Going to play fake to Marshall. Coble in trouble, and he's going to get dropped back at the 30. Again, Staley gets home. That time they sent 5 after Coble.
Yeah, no more of this sitting back stuff. Sit back, and you saw what happened. Coble was able to pick him apart, but right there he did not. Brought pressure, and they were able to make the big loss for 2 yards.
And they ran a play fake, too, so when you're running the play action, they're bringing the heat at you. Your clock is ticking even quicker. And this clock is going to tick to the end of quarter number 1. A fast opening quarter from out here in Lee Summit. The Titans, they get a safety on a high snap. But other than that, we've had no scoring. 2-0 Titans after 1 on your Sports Radio 810 High School Football Game of the Week.
Better call Bob, Wizard or Clog. If you're a homeowner, you may not be experiencing backups right now, but undetected issues in your sewer lines can lead to major breaks in pipes and your wallet. For $99, we'll send out a Bob Hamilton camera inspector to look inside those pesky pipes, and if it backs up again, we'll open it up for free. Wow, how's that for peace of mind?
Bob Hamilton Plumbing, heating and AC. Call 888-4PLE. Remember 913.
About this. As a small business owner.
It's Staley versus who?
That's not, that won't last.
That's less than 2 cents per card. And at Vistaprint, your satisfaction is absolutely guaranteed. So it's never been...
Here we go.
All right.
Strangers into connections. Just visit Vistaprint.com and use promo code 2000 at checkout. That's Vistaprint.com, promo code 2000.
maybe the quickest first quarter we have had so far this season. About
long
24
time, yeah.
minutes. And we open up quarter number 2. Lee Summit West in Staley territory, a 2nd and 11. Ben Coble still out there. He's got 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Shotgun snap, fake to Payne. This time he's got all day to throw. He's going to roll right, zip it right side, complete it, and getting popped at the sticks was Trevor Cardell. A gain of 11 on 2nd and 11. That should move the sticks.
That's a nice grab by Cardell because Coble didn't really put it perfectly on him, but Cardell with that 6'5", 210-pound frame was able to stretch out just enough, cradle it kind of like a bread basket, and dance for what was very close to first down. Looks like they're going to mark him just short.
And just short, a 3rd and inches play as Coble checks the sideline. Payne still in there at tailback. The 5'7", 160-pound senior has been the workhorse on this drive. Coble is going to give it to him straight up the middle, spins off a tackler. He has the first down to the 16-yard line.
That was the first play we've seen some push, legitimate push by this Titan offensive line, and they're big up front. They're 235, 300, 250, 265, so they've got some good size, but they've not been able to get any kind of push. They're right there on that 3rd down and short. They push the ball, push the defensive line back.
This is the deepest Lee Summit West has made it into Staley territory tonight. 1st and 10 off the Falcon 16. Just underway in quarter number 2. Coble sends a man in motion to the left side. That's Sammy Cooper. He's going to give it to him on the fly sweep, and he is going to get nowhere near the edge. He gets dropped at the line of scrimmage. Lucky to just get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Cooper's a guy they got to find a way to get the ball to more often. He's an explosive, big play threat, averaging 15.5 yards a carry. Got to find a way to get the ball in his hands because he is very, very effective. Like the play call there, but just poorly executed. No blocking at all on the perimeter.
4 touchdowns this year as well for Cooper. 2 on the ground, 2 through the air. And Sammy Cooper, he is a Notre Dame baseball commit. Going to play pitcher for the Irish. 3 right, 1 left for Coble on a 2nd and 10. He's going to fake to Marshall, throw backside, complete inside the 10-yard line. Another grab for Trevor Cardell.
That's your play call right there against the blitz. Run the slant to the spot where the linebacker vacated. Great play call there, just not able to get enough for the first down, but those types of plays are what you run against a blitzing attack. Those short slants, those short hitches to where the linebacker is vacated from.
Trevor Cardell has been the number 1 option tonight, and he's a matchup nightmare. 6'5", 210 pounds on the edge at receiver for the Titans. Empty backfield for Coble on a 3rd and 2 play. Shotgun snap, he's going to give to Marshall on the end around. He's right at the sticks near the 6-yard line. He may be just short.
Yeah, I think the referee on that far side did not give him a favorable spot, so we might be 4th and short. And see, you and I have gone over this over the years, these 3rd and inches, 3rd and a yard, and you line up in the shotgun and you run a jet sweep out of it. This just befuddles me why teams do that instead of lining up and using your big physical offensive line. Interesting to see what they do here now.
4th and a yard.
They'll line up in the shotgun again.
Yeah. Payne is the deep back. Marshall is the up back. They're going to fake it to Payne, throw over the middle, and Marshall all alone in the end zone, and the Titans add 6, and they lead 8-0.
Great play call. Love it because they blitzed and put it right where that blitzing linebacker was. Ben Coble I'll say this, he is the best play-action passer in Kansas City, and he's done it all season long, and he did it right there. Perfect execution and laid it right to where Marshall could get it, and there wasn't anybody around him for a yard. So, we've talked about the struggles that this Titans squad, this offense has had against this blitz, but guess what? They just marched the ball down the field and put that one in the end zone.
They missed the extra point, so it will stay 8-0. But Marshall grabs a touchdown, and the Titans lead over the Falcons on your Sports Radio 810 High School Football Game of the Week.
Is it about 6 yards, 7 yards?
Yeah, 6. Wide open.
Yeah, it was a really nice play call. I mean, I'd have ran that play on 3rd down, but I don't get the jet
it
sweeps.
Makes no sense.
I do not get the jet sweeps.
Everybody runs it now, so it doesn't catch anyone off guard. They've run that 3
Any sports injury that any of your families play, whether it's your back, knee, hip, shoulder, or a concussion, the same experts who care for the Chiefs will treat you like a pro. Learn more.
There we go.
KansasHealthSystem.com. We're proud that the University of Kansas Health System is the official healthcare provider of the Chiefs and the athlete in you.
8-0 Titans. And Stewart's kick is a worm burner. It's going to be picked up near the 14-yard line by the up back, climbing across the 25 and stumbling down near the 27. And here comes that Falcon attack, and they've been quiet in this first half.
Yeah, they have. So, did you say worm?
Worm burner. You never heard that saying?
That's a one I have not heard before. Is that an Oklahoma thing?
Yeah, it's an Oklahoma thing. You know, it's scooting around the ground.
Yeah, I get it now. Yeah, I get it now. But that's good. I like that.
1st and 10 for Staley from their own 27-yard line. Jaden Moss in there at tailback. They're going to fake it to him. And breaking a tackle, getting out near the 30-yard line right side is Dawson Parks back in there at quarterback.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, Grace has played so well for them this season, and they must think that they have a running matchup advantage with Parks in there. And you know, he is averaging 6 yards a carry this season, but interesting you got so far this season with Grace under center.
Yeah, they're just two very different quarterbacks. A flag flies, and offsides on the Titans is going to tack on 5 yards. But, yeah, Dawson Parks is all about the ground game. Over 170 yards running the football, 3 touchdowns on the ground, whereas Grace, not much of a presence on the ground, but, again, through the air, more than 500 yards through 4 games. It remains Dawson Parks in there at quarterback. Short drop on a shotgun snap. He's going to flip it out to Jaden Moss across midfield. Stiff arm, and he's brought down to the 45 of Lee Summit West.
Now, we talk about the cat and mouse game on the other side of the ball. Right there, the Titans brought both safeties, and left Moss wide open. And Parks isn't known for his throwing ability, but he put that one right on the money right there. And that was impressive.
Yeah, he's had a couple of nice throws so far. He sends a man in motion. He's going to flare it out left side. It is dropped. It was thrown back behind Koa Grace. They call it incomplete, but that should have been a live ball.
I'm staring right down the 50-yard line from my vantage spot here in the press box, and that was a backwards pass. You got very, very lucky that they didn't call that.
And everyone up in the press box, I think in both coaches' box, they reacted like it was a fumble. But the official says incomplete pass. And it's 2nd and 10. So Staley dodges a bullet there. And now a 2nd and 10 play. Grace remains the deep back. He's going to get it right guard. Good shifty run, reversing field, 35. He has a first down up near the 30 on the far hash, and a big carry for Koa Grace.
Tremendous patience there, letting that play develop, danced around to the right, then saw hold to the left and cut there. And, he cut back toward the middle there. I think if he keeps running toward the pylon, he might still be running into the end zone there. But a nice play there by Koa Grace to get into Titan territory.
Ball
deep
to
in
the
there.
29 of Lee Summit West. Moss back in at tailback. Snap to Grace, give to Moss, left side. Strong running across the 25. Cut down near the 23-yard line. Loa Grace, by the way, back in at quarterback for Staley.
I'm going to give Shannon Stewart, the fullback, the H-back, some credit right there because he did a tremendous job the last couple of plays on blocking. He only has 7 rushes on this season, but he's doing a very good job of opening up holes from his H-back spot on this drive.
Grace lines up in the pistol. 7:20 to play before halftime. 8-0 lead Summit West, but Staley on the move in this battle of top 5 teams in Kansas City. In the A10varsity.com poll, Lee Summit West, they check in at 3. Staley checks in at 4. Man goes in motion. They're going to flip it to Moss, right side, trying to get to the edge. He's got blocks across the 20-yard line, and he scoots out of bounds near the 18. And that's going to go ahead and move the chains.
Yeah, that's going to drive the Titan coaches batty right there because Andrew Cahill The cornerback had outside leverage and just got flattened on a block. I believe that was Shannon Stewart coming up from his H-back spot, flattened him and allowed the running back to get to the outside and get that first down. That should have been stopped for a much, much shorter game.
They move the chains, 1st and 10. They empty out the backfield. Grace, a quarterback draw play inside the 15, gets tripped up near the 12-yard line. That's still about 6 yards on first down.
Interesting. They bring the throwing quarterback in to run the quarterback draw. Just kind of riding the hot hand maybe on this drive.
2nd down and about 4 or 5 to go. They're going to send Stewart in motion to the left side. Pistol snap. He's going to turn, give to Moss. Left side, good move. He lowers the shoulder. He's inside the 7 to the 6. And it's going to be 1st and goal for Staley.
I tell you what, I'm going to brag on Shannon Stewart again, the H-back. He is just really, really good. Opened up a huge hole coming from the right to the left over left guard, and he knocks down Devin Force. Knocked him on his butt, then guess what? Sportsmanship picked him back up, but this devastating block on that play.
Dawson Parks back in at quarterback. Moss to the right, 2 left, 2 right for Staley on a 1st and goal, down 8-0. They shift Moss to the left side. An option play, they're going to give to Moss, and he's into the end zone from 6 away. Jaden Moss, another touchdown on the ground, and Staley responds, and it's 8-6.
Nice answer by this Staley offense, and doesn't matter which quarterback it is, they both were very effective on that drive, but how about this offensive line doing a tremendous job of kind of dictating the game right there, going out there and say, we're behind. We believe in ourselves. We're big. We're fast. We're strong. And they went out there and did a tremendous job.
They're going to go for 2. Rolling right, pump faking, looking for the end zone is Grace. He is across the goal line, but the ball came out. It is recovered by the Titans, and the 2-point conversion is no good, and it remains 8-6. But Jaden Moss back into the end zone for a 5th time this year, and it's a 2-point lead on your Sports Radio 810 High School Football Game of the Week.
Like they say, party hard, but brunch harder. And the best place to brunch is Red Door Grill. You got to try their chicken and waffles. A thick Belgian waffle, buttermilk, chicken tenders.
That's a good answer.
Sausage, gravy, and pure
Good answer.
Oh, now I have your attention. Or check out their Kentucky Hot Brown.
You working this weekend? What's your plans?
No, they're they do an ESPN 3 game of the week.
Yeah.
In the KCAC, so
yeah.
This is the ESPN 3 game of the week.
Okay.
So I'm off.
So are you doing it?
Huh?
Are you calling it, or are you just gonna watch it?
No, they have their own crew that travels around and does it. It's kind of a trash crew, but
yeah.
Sauces, injections, smokers, grills, and more for your grilling needs. AC Grilling Company. They have it all for backyard.
There aren't really any good college games tomorrow either.
Missouri, Georgia has a potential.
Yeah. See if they can keep up with Georgia.
Yeah.
Midway through quarter number 2, and the Falcons just struck back on a 6-yard touchdown run by Jaden Moss, his 5th of the year. And Jacob Stewart has got this one teed up at the 40-yard line, and another short kick is going to be caught at the 25-yard line, scooting across the 30-yard line, near side and drop near the 32 is Cardell. And here comes that Titans attack. Just got a touchdown their last drive on a Ben Coble to Marcian Marshall touchdown pass. And what'd you like from this Titans offense last drive?
I liked that they were, started mixing in the running game and finding counters to the blitz by throwing those short slants and quick play action passes. So kind of a cat and mouse game going on here on this side of the football. We saw the Lee Summit West counter. So now let's see what the Staley counter is to that. Do they decide to bring some different blitzes, or do they play back a little bit more because of that quick passing attack?
Staley showing pressure. They're going to bring 5. The give is to Payne, and he's got nowhere to go. Chopped down near the 33-yard line. And he's gotten a majority of the carries here in the opening half. Marcian Marshall is the starter. He's gotten the bulk of the carries this year, but tonight it's been Max Payne. Marshall does have the touchdown reception, though. 2nd and 10, 5:28 to play till halftime. 8-6 Titans with the football. Coble is going to open up with a play fake to the right side to Cardell, and he's going to get gang tackled at the line of scrimmage. Boy, count the white jerseys.
By the end of the play, all 11 guys were within 5 yards of the tackle. That's the type of effort that you want to coach, but you can't. You got to go out there and just hope that your guys are going to fly to the football like that. It's almost you can't teach it. It's all about desire and hustle, and that screenplay was going absolutely nowhere from the beginning.
3rd and 10. Titans back to the wall here on a 3rd and long play, and Staley has been sending pressure on situations like this all night. They're creeping up near the line. They're showing 6. They're going to bring 7. Coble running for his life, drops the football, picked up inside the 15, 10, 5, and a return for a touchdown. Landon Donaldson has put the Falcons on the high side. 4.5 to play till halftime.
Scoop and score. That's how it's coached up. And as you mentioned before the snap, they were going to bring pressure, and they brought 6 defenders. And you can't block that. You just cannot block that. You got to get rid of the football, or you got to audible out of that to come up with a play. So we saw the counter. You know what? Staley said, we're just going to bring more pressure. And you know what? It absolutely worked. What a tremendous job. Multiple defenders back in the backfield. Ben Coble's just got to go down. Just got to go down. Try not to be fancy with it and escape. Just got to go down. Instead, it's batted away, and Landon Donovan for the 33-yard scoop and score. That is a huge momentum change.
Well, that's some faith in your secondary. They sent 7. But again, it's a 3rd and 10-yard situation. You have just got to have coverage for, 2 seconds on the back end?
Yeah.
So, boy, Staley has thrived off of sending pressure, and it looks like they're going to go for 2 again here. And they're going to snap it off the left hash. And it's going to be Grace. Shotgun snap. He's going to roll right. Look for the end zone. Now he's going to cut it up, run it into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. And it's 14-8. Staley leads by 6, just like that, on your Sports Radio 810 High School Football Game of the Week.
Why settle for ugly, high-maintenance landscape edging that doesn't?
Nothing. Staley, 14 straight points. A turnover, a fumble return for a touchdown by Landon Donaldson. And just like that, the Falcons lead by 6, 14-8.
That is Staley football to a T. Rely on your defense, and your defense comes through. Wow.
Now Lee Summit West ready to get the football back, and Staley keeps kicking it short. This time they're going to kick it long. It is going to be fielded at the 1-yard line, and then Cardell lets it go through his hands through the back of the end zone. And here comes Lee Summit West, down 6.
Now we'll give you a couple quick scores from the A10 varsity scoreboard. Game that everybody is very interested in. The city, Rockhurst is up 7-0 over the Blue Valley Tigers. One of those cross-state line battles. But how about this score? Mill Valley 7, number 2, St. Thomas Aquinas nothing. It's still, still first half, so I just didn't see that one coming. I thought Mill Valley would have trouble scoring against that stout Aquinas defense, but to hold Aquinas to 0 points throughout most of the first half.
That's noteworthy.
That is great word, noteworthy. We'll see if that keeps up.
Coble back out there. He's going to open up with a play fake. He's going to roll right, has time, sets up a deep ball that he overshots by about 10 yards. He was looking for Cardell, but I think Cardell cut his post route off a little bit early.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw Cardell. He kind of turned, watched the ball bounce 10 yards behind him, and just shook his head. He was open.
And again, this is a very athletic receiving core for the Titans. Already talked about Sammy Cooper. He's a Notre Dame baseball commit. Trevor Cardell, he's a Mizzou baseball commit at catcher. And Cade Clemens, a Wichita State baseball commit. He's a middle infielder. Coble on a second down, play fake, running for his life again. He's dropped back at the 18-yard line. Every time they snap the ball, pressure is in the face of Ben Coble.
Yeah, that's Parker Haney getting through. And it was the right play call. They tried to run a quick hitch to the outside to Sammy Cooper. Well covered. They rolled the non-blitzing linebacker over to where Cooper was going to go short. Just another cat and mouse game from these two teams.
And last time we saw a situation like this for the Titans, Staley sent 7. They got home, forced a fumble, and Donaldson returned it for a touchdown. Here's another situation just like that, 3rd and 11. Staley again sends everybody. They flip it out to Marshall in the flat, gets by one man, climbs out to the 18, and a loss of a yard and another stop for the Staley defense.
This is fun to watch. I mean, this is a coaching clinic. Other than that one drive where Lee Summit West was able to get the ball into the end zone, this is a clinic on how you play defense, just rallying to the football, confusing the quarterback, more importantly, confusing the offensive lineman. The offensive line, you're watching them, they don't know where the blitz is coming from because it's coming from different people, different angles on every single play. They've tried the screens, they've tried the slants, they've tried the hitches. None of it's working right now.
Here's a line drive punt that hits in midfield, takes a Titan roll across the 40-yard line. Is going to be down at the 38-yard line. So good field position for Staley. All of a sudden, they find themselves up 6, 14-8. And again, they started slow, but in the second quarter, they've come to life. And this 2-quarterback system, it's working so far. And by the way, just a reminder that Sports Radio 810's coverage is brought to you by the Sports Medicine Performance Center at the University of Kansas Health System, A&B CarStar, and Papa John's. So here come the Falcons.
This is a big drive here. If Staley can put something on the board with the way that their defense is playing right before half, they have to be feeling really good going into halftime.
Ramon Shelton goes in motion. They're going to throw it to him over the middle, and he dropped it. That was right in the number 1, and he just dropped it.
That's when you talk about, you hear people say he ran before he caught the football. He ran before he caught the football. No question about that. You know what? And if he catches it, he had the angles on the safeties. He might have been able to get some big yardage on that play.
2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Moss, the lone back, is going to get the pitch running left side, looking for blocks. They're not going to set up. And he's dumped at the line of scrimmage, and it's 3rd and 10.
Yeah.
2:45 to go to half.
The Titans defense has to come up strong here. They've not played bad. Really, they've not played bad, but they have to come up big here. Perfect opportunity to go 3 and out.
The 6'2", 218-pound senior quarterback, Loa Grace, checking the sideline. Robinson's going to split to the right. Shelton will be to the left, and Jaden Moss remains the lone tailback. This home side makes some noise. Shotgun snap. Grace has time, throws over the middle. It is batted down, incomplete, and it's 4th down. And that's just what the doctor ordered for Lee Summit West. A 3 and out for the Staley
Definitely
offense.
Good pressure, bringing just 4 guys there. They were able to get just enough pressure on Grace to make him throw the ball away. Nice job by this Titans defense. They've been kind of overshadowed a little bit coming into this game and so far in this game by the Staley defense, but they've not played bad at all, and they got the punt right there.
Jake Wilson on the punt. Rugby-style punt is a line drive. Sammy Cooper is going to chase it down near the 15, and now he's going to bail out of there. And it's going to stop at the 14-yard line, down right there, and here comes the Titans attack. They got time, minute 58 to go. All 3 timeouts remaining for Lee Summit West. But again, a 3 and out, and you're giving Staley good field position.
And that being said, with the way that you're, inside the 20-yard line here, inside the 15, got to be smart with the football. They've put the ball on the ground already. We've seen them had some bad snaps. You got to be smart with the football. A turnover here could easily turn into points for Staley. So wouldn't be surprised if we see a little bit of conservative play calling early on this drive, and if they get a couple big plays, then they'll open up the offense.
The last two drives for Lee Summit West have started around this around this area on the field, and they had a fumble and a punt on the previous drive. Here again, they start inside their own 15-yard line. Coble, pistol snap, play fake. This time he's got time to throw. Stepping up to the left side, he's going to heave it down the sideline, and it's going to skip in to his receiver and complete 2nd and 10.
Might have had a chance to get some yards there if he decides to take off. Side goes for the big play and just couldn't convert right there.
2nd and 10, clock stops at a minute 49 to go till halftime. And again, that time Staley only sent 3. See if they send pressure here on a 2nd and 10. 3 right, 1 left for Coble. Already has 1 touchdown tonight. He's going to hand off to Marshall running the right side, trying to get to the edge. It never set up, and he gets drilled at the line of scrimmage, 3rd and long.
Marshall with the run to the right side.
You know, Hayden Gregg, he can play for me. He just gets from tackle, from sideline, from tackle box to tackle box, sideline to sideline. He just makes a ton of big plays, and he's only a junior, so you know we talked with Randy Withers about some guys that could be recruits later on. 6'2", 220, and speed like that. He might be a guy for somebody. Just might be.
Titans letting the play clock run down. Staley does not stop the clock. Play clock inside 4 seconds now. Coble, low snap, picks it up, hands off straight up the middle. Not a lot there, maybe a half yard. And it's going to be 4th down. As slow to get up is the tailback, Max Payne. And now Staley will stop it with 55 seconds to go.
They almost waited 10 seconds to call the timeout, so they lost 10 seconds there. I was just assuming that they would call timeout right after the play went down.
So the punt unit will be out there on the other side of this timeout by Staley, but they've got time to do something with it. And just a reminder to check out the Papa John's Pizza Fan Challenge now through Saturday. Shawnee Mission North fans can use online promo code 810SMN Indians, and Olathe West fans can use 810 Owls at papajohns.com. Receive 30% off their order. 10% of that goes back to the Booster Club. The team with the most online orders will receive an additional 10% Booster Club donations. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. And don't forget, we're about to go to the studio here for our halftime break, but after the game, tune into the Bob Hamilton Plumbing, Heating, AC, Rooter, and Electrical post-game show. Better call Bob. 55 seconds to go in this first half.
You know what? Staley's probably going to get pretty good field position out of this deal.
Punt unit out there for Lee Summit West out of the timeout. It's Cade Clemens standing at the 1-yard line. Low snap. They're coming after it. He gets rid of it. A high, beautiful punt across midfield. Fair catch called for and made by Grace. And Staley's in business from their own 48. But, boy, how about the job of Cade Clemens? Pressure in his face. And he gets rid of a 50-yard punt.
And the snap wasn't exactly perfect either. He had to kind of go down low to get the snap. So, tremendous athletic play by Clemens right there. Well, that's what you expect. You have a receiver playing punter. I mean, you don't see that, but that was a good play now. It's going to be important for the Titans. They got a 3-and-out last time. They needed to come up big here also because their defense cannot allow Staley to get some sort of points on the board here before going into halftime.
And a great punt has at least given this defense a fighting chance. Rolling to the right is Gray, zipping it right side, completing it to Robinson across the 40, gets dumped at the 37-yard line. Stops the clock momentarily at 44 seconds.
Big chunk plays right there. That was a nice executed. Just simply rolled Grace to the right. Offensive line gave him just enough time. And Robinson went from left to right on a little drag pattern wide open.
Titans scrambling around in the secondary. Grace is going to roll left. He's got time to step up. He's going to deliver a dart incomplete. He was looking to Sean Counts. And it's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, he got away with one right there. Threw into double coverage. Got very lucky that one was not picked off. He had the fly pattern going down the left sideline wide open there. Instead, through to the crossing route. Well defended by that route was well defended by the Titans. He's going to look on film tomorrow and see that he should have thrown the streak for the touchdown.
And he had time. He didn't have pressure. But I think he zoned in on that out route, and he just predetermined that he was going to throw that ball. 2nd and 10, Robinson in motion across the formation to the left side. Short drop. With time, he's going to air it out for Robinson left side. He overshot him by about 3 yards, and it's 3rd and 10.
Kind of just seemed to hurry there for unnecessary reason. He had all day to throw, and he wasn't open. Robinson wasn't open, ran a wheel route coming from right to the left on the motion and went right around the end, and it was well covered.
31 seconds to go till halftime. Staley still has 2 timeouts in their back pocket.
A little surprised we're not seeing more noise from this Lee Summit West crowd. I mean, usually they're so into the game. This is a critical play right here in this game.
2 receivers to the left and a tight end to the left. 1 receiver to the right for Loa Grace. Shotgun snap, pressure coming. He's going to zip it out in the flat to Jaden Moss, and he dropped it. In and out of his hands. He was wide open with plenty of field turf in front of him, and it's 4th down.
Shane Fredrickson did a nice job of reminding Moss that he dropped the football there. I don't know if you saw him kind of, doing the, what do you call that? Off the tip of your hands. I'm sure he was saying something to him because
it probably wasn't the nicest thing.
Yeah, I think that's exactly kind of where I was going. It wasn't too friendly. There's no love lost in this rivalry.
So the Titans defense gets a stop. Jake Wilson to do the punting duties. He's going to lift a high punt into the night. Fair catch called for and made at the 10-yard line by Sammy Cooper. And here comes the Titans offense, but only 21 seconds to go in the first half. And they're going to probably be content to just walk into the locker room down 6.
Yep, you down the football and be happy that this game is where it's at with as many struggles as you've had on the offensive side of the ball.
Again, they led 2-0 at the 8:45 mark in the first quarter. And then in the second quarter, they led 2-0. Early on after the safety led 8-0. Ben Coble is just going to fall to a right knee. And then since it was 8-0, it has been all Staley. The Falcons flipped a switch. Jaden Moss had a touchdown run. They had a fumble recovery by Landon Donaldson that he took in for a touchdown. A 2-point conversion, and it's 14-8 as we wheel down to halftime from Lee Summit West. The Titans down 6 at home in a battle of 2 of the best teams in the state of Missouri on your Sports Radio 810 WHB High School Football Game of the Week.
WHB Kansas City.
How long is halftime?
20 minutes.
Okay.
All right.
BowlinBranch.com, promo code DOZE. BowlinBranch.com, promo code DOZE.
The High School Football Game of the Week halftime show is brought to you by the Sports Medicine and Performance Center at the University of Kansas Health System and A&B CarStar.
Welcome back to Sports Radio 810 WHB's coverage of high school football and the halftime of the Game of the Week. I'm your host, Randy Withers from Rivals.com, here with Chad Rader from 810 Varsity. Got a good one tonight. This Lee Summit West Staley matchup has been exactly what we talked about that it would be in the pregame. Tough, physical football. This one really could go either way in the second half. Currently, Staley is up 14-8 at the half. You've been listening to Tim Sproul and Jeremy Crabtree on the call. Chad Rader and I are getting ready. We're getting all the scores in from around the metro area. We're going to start running down the scoreboard for you here in just a moment. But before we do that, I want to remind you that Sports Radio 810's coverage is brought to you by the Sports Medicine Performance Center at the University of Kansas Health System, A&B CarStar, and Papa John's. And speaking of Papa John's, be sure to check out the Papa John's Pizza Fan Challenge. Now through Saturday, Shawnee Mission North fans can use online promo code 810SMN Indians. And Olathe West fans can use 810 Owls at papajohns.com and receive 30% off their order. 10% goes back to the boosters clubs of the respective schools. The team with the most online orders will receive an additional 10% booster club donation. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Mr. Rader, you ready to do some scores, sir?
We'll line it up and go down the Missouri scoreboard here as we have a long halftime. There's a big procession and such out at Lee Summit West, and we had a long halftime here. So on the
did we pick a homecoming game?
Some military salute. And
all
that stuff. So you know how it goes. So this is good. I think there's a dance thing and all that. I guess we can go to the live feed. So who knows? Anyway, we're still on the Missouri side here. Blue Springs has been taking it a couple of Avion Bailey touchdowns early. 14-0. Blue Springs leads. Blue Springs South approaching the half. Back and forth game. Lee Summit North and Liberty kind of maybe more closer than we might have expected. I knew we knew Liberty would come back from its loss to Liberty North, but Lee Summit North also came off a loss. Christian Carter with their early touchdown to get them the early lead, but Liberty has come back with a long touchdown pass and a 50-yard field goal in that game. 21-17. That game is still in the first half. A game you can watch on 810varsity.com, as well as the next three, including Park Hill has done what we talked about in the pregame show, and that's clamp it down on defense. They have so far, holding Ray Peck scoreless. Park Hill leads 21-0 over the Ray Peck Panthers. As the game you're hearing right here on Sports Radio 810 WHB, Staley 14-8 over Lee Summit West. Coming out of the gates, Matt Suchinarik returns back for Park Hill South. Again, opening drive for a touchdown. Onside kick, then connect for a wild catch down the sideline for 33 yards. Park Hill South gets out to a 14-0 lead. Lee Summit comes right back with a touchdown, pulls it within 14-7, and then no one has scored since, but still a close one. Park Hill South now showing some life now that their quarterback is back. 14-7 over Lee Summit. Liberty North, no problem so far, 23-0 over St. Joe Central. Same can be said in that rivalry game in Independence. William Chrisman, 22. Truman Zilch. Raytown, 8-0 over Ruskin. Here's a stunner so far tonight. Again, Oak Park, 14. Fort Osage, 7. Early on, a 50-yard touchdown by Clyde C.J. Price. Another one later on in the game, 21-0 North Kansas City. Taking it to Belton. Also taking it to the Bulldogs in that area is Kearney. The Bulldogs of Kearney, 20-6 over Grandview. Black County kind of hanging tough, kind of in a tussle here. 15-7 against Raytown South. Early 7-6 lead for Green Valley. Game right on the state line of interest to everybody. Rockers held a 21-0 lead over Blue Valley in their first ever matchup. Blue Valley is now on the board, 21-7. Rockers leads in that tilt. St. Pius 12-7 over Chillicothe. 31-0. Maryville leads Cameron. Excelsior Springs in a back and forth wild no defense game. 36-14 over Harrisonville. Odessa leads Oak Grove 14-7. Pleasant Hill 7-6 over Warrensburg, and of course, as always, more scores at 810varsity.com for the Missouri side.
Those are your Missouri scores. We will be back here in just a moment with more news from around the metro area. You're listening to Sports Radio 810 WHB's coverage of high school football.
You're listening to High School Football on Sports Radio 810 WHB. Brought to you by the McCarthy Auto Group. With 7 convenient locations spanning Missouri and Kansas. Go to kccars.com. And by A&B CarStar. If you've been in an accident, call 816-741-6966. A&B CarStar. Relax, we'll take it from here.
OddsShark.net is your source for the latest odds from leading authorities, expert editorial content, and detailed matchup picks straight from their supercomputer. Looking for statistics and trends for an upcoming game? OddsShark has that too, and it's free. OddsShark experts provide in-depth analysis, packed with information and insights that will help you make the sharp picks every day. Before the game, head to OddsShark.net and start playing like a sharp today.
Chiefs fans, now you can kick off your NFL game day on Sports Radio 810 an hour earlier with the Chiefs Tailgate. Wherever your game day starts, start it with Sports Radio 810 as we get you ready for all the action with Chiefs Tailgate. Chiefs Tailgate is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, triple blended, triple distilled, and triple barreled for your enjoyment. And by Hellman's Real Ketchup, sweetened only with honey with no artificial ingredients. Try Hellman's Real Ketchup today.
Whether you're looking to unwind or take on a new challenge, Mules National Golf Club in Warrensburg, Missouri offers an incredible change of scenery for Kansas City's golfers. Located just a short drive down Highway 50, Mules National is the premier course in west central Missouri at an affordable rate. The Island Green on the 18th hole offers a beautiful finale to an incredible round, featuring 6 par 3 holes, a 650-yard par 5, and a course laid out with gorgeous white sand bunkers and zoysia grass fairways. We offer annual out-of-county memberships beginning at $600 with perks, including unlimited range access, pro shop discounts, and more. With a beautiful course comes some incredible rates. Mules National Golf Club offers public play during the week for just $28, a weekend round for $32, and twilight golf 7 days a week beginning at 4 p.m. for just $20, each with cart. Call today at 660-543-4182 or visit mulesnational.com for more information about the experience located just east down Highway 50. Mules National Golf Club, 660-543-4182. Johnny's Tavern, Kansas City's premier sports bar. Catch the Chiefs and all of your favorite teams every day at any of their 10 metro locations. And be sure to check out the newest location at Highway 70 and Highway 40 in Blue Springs. Check out all the locations at johnnystavern.com and enjoy the many patios, tons of TVs, and all the major sports packages at each location. Book your next party in one of their private party rooms. Follow Johnny's Tavern on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Johnny's Tavern, serving up tradition since 1953.
The home of the Jayhawks. Sports Radio 810 WHB.
It goes to Sayers. He's cut on the goal line. Gets away at the 5, the 10. He's still racing. They go all the way.
Picked off by Bryce Thornton into the 35, 25-20, 15-10-5. Touchdown, Kansas.
Saturday, Big 12 play begins for the Jayhawks against Baylor. Kickoff at 2:30 on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
And you're listening to Sports Radio 810 WHB's coverage of high school football. It's halftime here, the game of the week between Staley and Lee Summit West. You just heard Mr. Chad Rader from 810 Varsity run down all your scores from the Missouri side of the Metro. Now we bring it back, and we are going to the Kansas side. Headed to the Sunflower State, Mr. Rader, if you please.
Yeah, early action there on the Kansas side. And no surprise here, Bishop Mia's 33, St. James Academy 0. Rock Curse, as you mentioned, 21-7, last one we had. Also 21-7, Blue Valley North. The Mustangs lead Blue Valley West Jaguars 21-7 in a battle of Blue Valley. Another battle of Blue Valley, Blue Valley Southwest, 21-6 over Blue Valley Northwest. Southwest continues that nice passing game that they have. Great one to watch on 810varsity.com. You're going to love this one, Randy. St. Thomas Aquinas 7, Mill Valley 7.
Old school.
How about that?
Old school.
That'll be interesting there. In the meantime, Olathe East 14-7 over Gardner Edgerton. Olathe North getting ready to kick off here in about 20 minutes out in Colorado, out of Columbine. Olathe South 21. Shawnee Mission South previously undefeated. Still is, I guess. The game's not over. Shawnee Mission South 14. 21-14 Olathe South over the Raiders of Shawnee Mission South. Shawnee Mission Mission North 14-7 over Olathe West. Both teams searching for their first win of the year. Surprising score early. Free State 7-7 with Shawnee Mission West. Shawnee Mission Northwest, you'll be happy to hear in the early reports we had 7-6 against Shawnee Mission East. DeSoto laying it to Lansing 21-0. Also doing the same. Baser Linwood 20-0 over Shawnee Heights. Leavenworth doing the same in great fashion over Turner 49-14. A few other scores. Two undefeateds going in the Frontier League. Lewisburg now is taking the lead 20-14 at Piper. Baldwin 7-0 over Eudora. Bonner Springs 26-14 over Tonganoxie. So there's some of your Kansas scores, Randy. What did you take from those? I think obviously jumping off the page, well, there's a couple depending on our updates from Shawnee Mission. But speaking of Shawnee, 7-7. Mill Valley and the unbreakable St. Thomas Aquinas Saints 7. What do you think of that so far?
That's an interesting game. I'm looking forward to watching the second half in that one. I fully expect that to continue to be a tough, grinded-out football game. Randy Dreiling's squad, he has to be loving every minute of this. These are the kind of games he likes. That's one where if you're at home or even if you're out at a game, I encourage you, grab your device, go to 810varsity.com, click on the webcast, and watch the second half of that one. There's so much talent running around on that field for both
How long do we have
sides.
left?
Really a chance to see a heck of a football game in the second half there.
Yeah, it'll be a great one to watch. And of course, like you said, if you're Dreiling, he's if you get out of it with a win, then that's a great
Hello.
lesson. Obviously, nobody wants to lose, but
That's some coach speak there.
yeah,
Exactly. Teaching opportunity there.
And,
Or no, teaching moment. That's where we're going.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you can play, and Mill Valley now for them, now you can play toe to toe with Aquinas, and that's becoming the 5A playoffs now. Of course, second game, who showed each other what, all that stuff. But is this a game if Aquinas is really that more talented, and if it's a close game, do they come back and really have something to prove in the second rematch if there is such a thing in the playoffs? So, fun one tonight. You can of course watch that one online. Blue Springs, a couple updates on the Missouri side, up 24 now. 7 over Blue Springs South, and I had another one, but you know how it goes. You click around, and you got to figure out where you were at before. But anyway, 36-20, Excelsior Springs now over Harrisonville. So some scores are. Lee Summit has tied it up going into halftime, 14-all with Park Hill South. A lot of games, of course, you can see those on ATLVarsity.com.
Lots of action going on around the metro, like Mr. Rader said. Check in 810varsity.com to follow scores, check up on the latest games, watch feeds and everything right now of action all around the city. We'll be back with more high school football. This is Sports Radio 810 WHB's coverage, the high school football game of the week.
You're listening to High School Football on Sports Radio 810 WHB, brought to you by the McCarthy Auto Group. With
Anybody there?
Yeah.
How much do we have left in halftime?
5 minutes.
Okay, you guys want to just take it out of this break then?
Yeah.
Well, they still got to warm up. Field. They're not even on the field.
How long's your break?
3-ish minutes.
That's fine.
You can make them eat.
Okay.
They'll be out here.
Maybe talk for 10 minutes.
Wow, how's that for peace of mind?
They'll be out here. I get these ad reads in.
If you're in Southern Jackson or Johnson County, you're minutes away from your first or your next Mercedes-Benz. The key is to act now and to come to Mercedes-Benz of Kansas City. We give you 3 ways to drive a Mercedes-Benz. You can select the new Mercedes-Benz of your choice, or you can save on one of our executive-driven loaner cars with low miles and big savings. Or number 3, you can select a certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz with unlimited mileage warranty. Your choice happens at Mercedes-Benz of Kansas City, 1/2 mile east of State Line on 135th, or online at mbofkc.com.
Do you need a truck or van but just can't make sense of buying one? Let City Rent-A-Truck help cover the cost of ownership. Lease your next commercial vehicle from City Rent-A-Truck. With custom leases available, they are work-ready on demand. Get the job done with a replacement from City Rent-A-Truck and never turn away business because you don't have the right vehicle at the right time. Now with 3 Kansas City Metro locations, Plaza, Olathe, and the newest KCI North. Go online to cityrentitruck.com.
If you're considering a new home, consider getting pre-qualified for a Central Bank home loan. Whether you're looking to buy, build, or just refinance your current mortgage, our loan experts guide you every step of the way. And since we make all of our lending decisions locally, you're ready to make an offer faster. Visit any of our convenient locations today or apply online at centralbank.net. Central Bank, strong roots, endless possibilities. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, it's Jacob. The folks at MyPillow said, hey, Jacob, can you try out a MyPillow and let us know what you think? And I was skeptical. I mean, it's a pillow.
That's
what did I
crazy.
have to lose, right?
Really let that
Sleep.
go.
No more folding the pillow in half. No more flat, lifeless pillows. It changed my life, so I'm letting you know you need MyPillow. It stays cool all night long. No more waking up at 3 a.m. to flip to the cool side of the pillow. And it keeps its shape. You can toss MyPillow in the washer and dryer, and it's like new again. And it's made in the USA. Do I have a deal for you? For just about the price of one MyPillow, you can get 4 pillows. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the 4-pack special, and enter promo code WHB. You'll get 2 MyPillow premium pillows and 2 Go Anywhere pillows for half off. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the 4-pack special, and enter promo code WHB.
Here we go.
951-5183. And be sure to use promo code WHB.
$14 to 8 as we welcome you back to Lee's Summit West High School out here in Lee's Summit, Missouri. The Staley Falcons a 6-point advantage over the home team, the Titans of Lee's Summit West. And just a reminder that Sports Radio 810's coverage is brought to you by the Sports Medicine and Performance Center at the University of Kansas Health System, A&B CarStar, as well as Papa John's. And check out the Papa John's Pizza Fan Challenge now through Saturday. Shawnee Mission North fans can use online promo code 810SMN Indians, and Olathe West fans can use 810 Owls at papajohns.com. They receive 30% off your order. 10% of that goes back to the Booster Club. The team with the most online orders will receive an additional 10% Booster Club donations. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. And Jeremy, 14 to 8 score at halftime here, and the defense is dominated in the first half.
Just looking at some of these numbers from a stat standpoint, it just dictates how well both teams played on the defensive side of the ball. Staley's only got 104 yards of total offense. Keep in mind they average almost 400 yards a game coming into it. On the flip side, Lee Summit West not really a whole lot better either with that stout Staley defense. They're at 119 yards, and they're over 300 yards a game normally too. So it is just a defensive game, kind of what we thought might happen coming into this. We did think Lee Summit West maybe had the more explosive offense, especially with the playmakers at receiver. But boy, oh boy, have both defenses come to play tonight, Tim.
And again, it's a different story for both teams. I think defensively, Lee Summit West, they've really bottled up these Staley running backs. Jaden Moss, again, he's a very explosive tailback, 400 yards through the first 4 games of the year, and he's only averaging 3 yards a carry in that first half. His backup, Koa Grace, he's ripped off a big one, but only 2 carries for him, and the quarterback's not running it very well. Dawson Parks, they use him primarily to run the football. He only ran it 1 time in that first half. So Lee Summit West, they've done a good job of taking out what Staley does really well, and that's running the football. And on the other side, well, we talked about the entire first half. Staley is just pinning their ears back and sending the pressure.
No doubt. Look at this. For example, just how under pressure or under duress that Ben Coble, the quarterback for the Titans, has been all night long. He's 7 rushes, and he hasn't really run the ball on purpose tonight for negative 11 yards. And a lot of that are coming off quarterback sacks or just pressure where he's having to scramble for his life. And don't forget, he did have the big cough up that forced the scoop and score by the Staley defense. So just a nightmare of a night so far for both offenses. And it's going to be I'm curious to see what halftime adjustments were made. The team that makes the adjustments on the offensive side of the ball is going to win this game, because we're still 1-possession game. Anybody score, they're going to take the lead. Just fascinating to see what type of halftime adjustments. Staley, I think, is going to have to find a way to get the ball on the perimeter a little bit more with their speed. They had several nice runs, but then went away from it. Got to get back to that running attack. But then on the flip side, I think the Titans are going to have to find a way to get that quick passing game going. Get Sammy Cooper involved. Get Kay Clemens involved. Get your big play receivers engaged somehow. And because you're not going to have a whole lot of time to throw the ball because of the blitzing from the Staley defense, it's going to have to come on a lot of one-step, three-step drops, predetermine where you're going to throw, get the ball out of Cobal's hands quickly.
I was going to ask you about that, but obviously you addressed it. The other thing I was going to ask you about is, again, this is a two-quarterback system for Staley. It's not a quarterback competition. They routinely run two quarterbacks, but in a game like this, the offense has really been stuck in the mud outside of one drive. This feels like the kind of game where you tend to really want to stay away from something like that.
No, I think you're exactly right, because you can have some inconsistencies in ball handling. We've seen some bad snaps already from Dan O'Neill. This first snap of the game, the center snaps it and puts it on the ground and forces the safety. So I think you're right. Sometimes you do want to stick with one quarterback so you don't worry about the bad exchanges or mistakes, because one mistake like that could be devastating in such a defensive struggle like this.
One guy on that Lee Summit West defense we haven't had the opportunity to talk about or see, for that matter, is Vonzel Kelly.
Yeah.
He was questionable coming into the night. Vinny Carswell thought that he may have a chance of playing, and he is a stud in this secondary. He's an Iowa State commit, obviously a three-star defensive back. Again, still out for this one, and likely looking out for his well-being down the line. But despite his absence, again, this Titans defense, they've been nothing to shake a stick at so far through the first 24 minutes.
I mean, he's the quarterback of their defense. The way that he plays and covers the ground, big, tall kid, rangy kid. So when you don't have him out there, and to be able to do the job that your defense has done, it's pretty darn impressive.
Staley will get the ball in this second half, and it is a line drive, end-over-end kick that gets caught in the wind and gets pushed through the back of the end zone. And here comes that Staley offense that, again, outside of really one drive midway through the second quarter, this Staley offense was nothing. I mean, they were stuck in the mud.
Yeah, I guarantee you Phil Lights and all. He's a big offensive line guy. He loves big, strong offensive linemen and toughness and physicalness. I guarantee you he challenged his offensive linemen at halftime to use their size, use their strength to take over this game. They're bigger than this Lee Summit West defensive line. So take advantage of that, use it, and come out big on the ground game.
Staley offense out there behind Grace. He is going to give to Moss, running right side, hard running, pushing the pile out near the 24-yard line. And Loa Grace started the game at quarterback, and he starts the second half at quarterback and promptly comes off.
Immediately they make the change to Dawson Parks. I don't get it, but I'm not in the coaching huddle, so I can't question it until a mistake is made.
2nd and 5, Parks is going to keep it on a quarterback option play. He's going to pick up a first down and crashes down near the 31 yards, call it 6 yards. And that's the first true run I think we've seen from Dawson Parks.
And it is, and it's interesting. If you're going to run that, why not just run it all along? Just make that your offense. Keep your running quarterback out there. I mean, maybe you're trying to keep them a little bit honest by having Grace out there as he is under center right now.
Yeah, Grace quickly back out there at quarterback, and he's going to give to Moss, trying to get to the edge. Gets run down from behind and dropped near the 29-yard line. And chasing him down was the corner, Andrew Cahill.
Yeah, he came shooting through there and did a nice job to get that thing. Gaubauer, the inside linebacker, did a nice job too. Nice job of reading that play.
They call that a loss of 3. 2nd and 13, you got to get out to the 42 for a first down. Grace has an empty backfield. Short drop, flags fly at the snap. Deep ball right side is underthrown and incomplete, 3rd down. But we'll see what the flag is.
Yeah, I wonder if we maybe had an illegal formation.
Right. That's normally what it would be when it's thrown at the snap like that.
Yep.
And so 5 yards backwards go the Falcons. And again, really outside of one drive, that offense really struggled against this Titans defense, and we're seeing it here to start quarter number 3.
And throwing the football here, and second and third, I guess they're going to decline the penalty and make it 3rd and long.
Yeah.
Well, now they're going to march him back.
I guess
he held up 3rd down, and then they marched the ball back. So anyways, but the Staley offense is not a throwing offense, so you can't afford to get behind the sticks too much because, even though Grace is completing 57% of his passes, he's not a vertical down the field passer.
Right. 3 right, 1 left, and 1 tailback into the backfield for Loa Grace. Shotgun snap. He is going to hand it off right side to Koa Grace, who climbs forward for about 2 yards and sets up a 3rd, and let's call it 15 play.
Yeah, it shows you right there just that they're not known for passing the football. 2nd and long, and you go just with an off-tackle zone read play and sets up a pretty big 3rd down situation. The Titans, if they can get the ball back, that's a good thing to way to start the second half.
And again, field position was in Staley's favor most of the first half. Grace, short drop, pressure in his face, sets up the screen to Koa Grace, gets through 1 man, and then he's going to get gang tackled near the 34-yard line. It's going to leave him about 8 yards shy of that first down marker, and the Staley punt unit will be on.
Yeah, Jake Grauberger did a nice job. The inside linebacker sniffed that play. These teams are so well coached on both sides of the defensive side. They just, for every trick, wrinkle that the offenses throw at them, they're ready for it.
And a chance here for the Titans to flip field position. And now Staley.
Swinging gate punt. Didn't work. Well coached again. The Titans were ready for it.
Wilson to do the punting duties. Low snap. He gets rid of this rugby-style line drive punt. Let's see if Cooper's going to have a shot. He's going to chase this one back near the 20-yard line, pick it up. In trouble. A lot of the white jerseys in front of him, and he steps out of bounds to the 25. So another good job by this punt unit to flip field position. And again, the Titans, boy, they've been scrambling for field position all night. And again now, they're going to start in their own territory deep inside the 30-yard line.
And you can see how bad that Sammy Cooper wanted that football there. It wasn't an ideal situation. He still tried to pick it up and go somewhere with it. That's got to be frustrating if you're an explosive returner as he is, to know that they're not going to let you get the ball anywhere where you have an opportunity to return it.
They will start with Marshall in the backfield off the 26-yard line. Coble from the pistol is going to give to Marshall straight up the middle. Patient running is only going to net him a yard.
They brought all 4 linebackers on that play. All 4 linebackers blitzed on that play. It was a zone run, or blitz. Run blitz. I can't talk tonight, but that was a run blitz and called perfectly. Just how aggressive this Staley defense is just downright impressive.
And they're very effective thanks to their defensive linemen. Again, those defensive linemen, they are not only very stout, but they're athletic, and they can take up blocks, allowing for those free runners from the second level. 2nd and 9 play. Coble, pistol snap. Is going to hand off to Marshall again on a counter, and again he's gang tackled at the line of scrimmage, 3rd and long.
I'm not gonna be down on his offensive line there. Marshall ran the wrong way. There was a hole over right guard, and he got toward the line of scrimmage and decides I'm going to cut it left. If he stays with that play and goes over right guard, he has a positive gain. Instead, just backed almost to the line of scrimmage to set up this 3rd and long situation. So we'll see. Expect the Falcons to dial up some pressure again.
Yeah, Staley has feasted on the Titans in situations just like this. 3rd and long. Coble short drop. He's going to flare it out to Sammy Cooper in the flat. Getting for the sticks. He is ridden out of bounds, and he's got a 1st down. And finally they convert on a 3rd and long.
And finally they got it to their playmaker at receiver, Sammy Cooper. You got to get the ball in his hands in some way. And they brought both outside linebackers, and Cooper ran a quick out. Coble had just enough time on the 3-step drop to get it out to him and caught it in stride, and he was able to scoot past that first yard marker.
To the 37 of Lee Summit West. That was a big 1st down for the Titans. Feels like a weight has been lifted off their shoulders, so to speak. Because in that second quarter, I mean, they could get nothing going after the touchdown. 3 right, 1 left. Coble pistol snap. He's going to turn and hand to Payne right side. Hole opens up, and he gashes through it out to the 44-yard line. 7 quick yards on 1st down.
A little bit of a counter action on that play. Quarterback spins out one way, then hands it off over the right guard. There was a nice hole there. Nice job by the offensive line. They've been very critical of them tonight. Did a very good job on that play.
It's actually Taylor Wilson on the carry. 2nd time he has touched the ball tonight. And again, he has blazing speed.
Yeah.
I mentioned it earlier. Coach Carswell related him to Phillip Brooks from last year. On a 2nd and 3 play, Wilson remains the tailback. He's going to get the carry left side. He's going to break one tackle, cut it up, and about a yard shy of the original line of scrimmage, but that could have been a 5-yard loss.
Yeah, that's a just outstanding run just to lose a yard right there. And you talked about his explosiveness right there. You know, Phillip Brooks was probably the fastest kid in Kansas City last year, so Coach Carswell just is using that way to describe him. This kid must absolutely fly. And you saw 2 runs in a row where he showed off some of his explosiveness, but right there was able to show some strength just to get a 1-yard loss.
It's another 3rd down, 3rd and 4. They converted the 3rd and 9 moments ago. Coble shotgun snap. Statue of Liberty, they're going to give to Wilson, and he's blown up. A yard deep in the backfield. Falcons weren't fooled.
Not at all. That's one of those plays you kind of hold back, and hope that you don't have to run. But obviously Parker Heaney's seen that somewhere on film before because he sniffed that out immediately. What great play recognition. If he doesn't make that tackle, that might get for a 1st down game.
Inside 6 minutes to play 3rd quarter, both teams.
That's just good. That's such good defense by both these teams.
Opening drive resulting in punts again for Staley and Lee Summit West now. Clemens out there, rugby-style punt. He's going to boot away a line drive. It's going to hit at the 25, take a high, Titan bounce inside the 10, inside the 5. They've got everyone down there, and they're going to down it inside the 2-yard line. Great job by this coverage unit, and now the Falcons have their back to the wall.
Nice job. Nice job. We talk a lot about people kind of critical of the rugby kick, but that rugby kick worked to perfection on that play because by Clemens rolling out there, allowed his gunners and punt coverage team to get down there and stop the ball, and it just rolled perfectly for the Titans. Now Staley, who has had some struggles with their center quarterback exchanges, they have to be spot on right here because if you make a mistake, it could be a safety, but more importantly, you could put the ball on the ground and almost could get a fumble.
We've already seen 1 safety in this ball game. On Staley's first snap of the ball game, they snapped it over the head of Loa Grace into the back of the end zone, and Grace just booted it out of the back of the end zone. They are going to snap this off the 1-yard line, and it's going to be Dawson Parks at quarterback. A quarterback draw. He is met at the line of scrimmage, pushes the pile forward to the 3-yard line. Give him a little breathing room.
Yeah, just a simple, safe play, and then immediately Grace comes in to replace Parks. It's just
like clockwork.
Fascinating the way that they're alternating back and forth.
5:15 to go in the 3rd quarter. Another quick quarter from Lee Summit West in a 14-8 ball game in which the Falcons lead over the Titans. Grace is going to hand off to Moss behind right guard. Nothing there for him. Maybe got out to the 4-yard line, and it's going to set up another 3rd down play for Staley.
We were gushing the praise on the Staley linebackers. We've got to do the same thing for this Titans linebacker crew. Bradley Myers came in there and just played that picture perfect, number 43. Both these teams are doing outstanding on defense tonight.
Call it 3rd and 6. Grace, short drop, looking left, flares it out in the flat to Koa Grace. Cut back, he's going to get roped down from behind at the line of scrimmage. 4th down coming up.
Yeah, what more can you say? Both teams are just doing outstanding on the defensive side ball. They sniffed that play out. They knew that they were going to throw it into the flat to Grace, and well covered. 3 or 4 Titan defenders right there forcing the punt.
And here's the opportunity for the Titans. Flip field position into their corner.
It's got to feel like Sammy Cooper's going to get a big play somehow, some way.
Chomping at the bit to get a chance to field one. Wilson on the back line. He is going to get this punt off. It's a poor one. A line drive's going to hit at the 30. Cooper is going to pick it up at the 40-yard line. Picks up 1 block, and then he's going to be tackled in the open field back at the 42-yard line. Boy, how about that job by Kalani Lindsay to wrangle down Cooper in the open
field tackle, because if he doesn't make that tackle, he's able to cut it back to the left side. There was a lot of green on that left side, but nice job by the Staley special teams. But, again, Lee Summit West is in great field position. They've been kind of behind the 8 ball all night long. Great field position here. You got to take advantages if you're Ben Coble. Got to put this one in the end zone.
This has easily been their best starting field position of the ball game. Coble is going to open up with 3 receivers in the formation. Shotgun snap. Staley brings pressure. They're going to hand it off right side and getting run down at the boundary at the 45-yard line. A loss of 3 yards as they hand it off to Max Payne. And now you're starting behind the 8 ball.
Quentin Arello just did a nice job keeping outside leverage. They're coming up from his safety spot. We haven't called his name a lot tonight, but he's been all over the place making some big plays. Right there, just read it perfectly.
Titans are trying to find running room.
I mean, they're digging deep in the playbook. We're seeing plays. We're seeing screens. We're seeing slants. We're seeing quick outs.
And
right
Coble seems confused. This may be a trick play. Keep an eye on Max Payne. And now they're going to just take a timeout. There was confusion. And we've seen situations like that where the quarterback will act confused. Those quick snaps to the tailback. Not the case
there.
I think that was confusion.
Because of what's going on the Staley. I guarantee at least some of West is digging deep in the playbook. They're trying to find something to kind of figure out what's coming. It's just that chess match that we keep talking about all night long, and neither offense has been able to figure the defense out so far.
Just a reminder to check out the Papa John's Pizza Fan Challenge. Now through Saturday, Shawnee Mission North fans can use online promo code 810SMN Indians. And Olathe West fans can use 810OWLS at papajohns.com. You'll receive 30% off your order. 10% of that goes back to the Booster Club. The team with the most online orders will receive an additional 10% Booster Club donations. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Out of the timeout, a 2nd and 13 for the Titans. Hopefully they've got everything ironed out now. 2 to the left, 2 to the right for Coble. Staley showing pressure. They bring pressure. Coble is going to flip it out left side, complete across the 40-yard line, breaking a tackle. 35-yard line, lunging forward to the 32-yard line. Trevor Cardell right at the first down marker. Just short, but a huge pickup through the air.
Well, and we've seen him be most efficient when they run those quick outs and those quick hitches, and that was just nothing more than Cardell running down, turning around, and Coble throwing it right there on the money quickly before the blitz can get there. We saw it with Sammy Cooper last drive. It works well.
3rd and a yard. They line up in the pistol. Coble sends Cooper in motion to the left side. Max Payne is his deep back. Staley stacking the box, showing blitz. They're going to bring it. They give to Payne. He is chopped down right at the yard to gain.
I think he got just enough.
And we may have a measurement here.
Payne with a carry up the middle.
There was zero push.
Nope, they give it to him.
But zero push by the offensive line.
Yeah.
And that's good for another Lee Summer West first down.
So they start behind the 8 ball. They lose 3 yards on first down. But then 12 yards to Cardell and a run right up the middle with Max Payne. They move the chains. And again, though, you have lacked the great first down plays all night. You need to find one here.
Yeah, you've not gotten anything positive on almost every first down this entire game.
2:15 to go, third quarter. Coble, pistol snap, looking right side. Has time, has all day. Stepping up in the pocket. Dodges one tackler. Now he's going to come out to the sideline, left side, and run out of bounds. A loss of about 4 yards. He got tagged right at the sideline. No flag, but why don't you throw that away?
Yeah. Now, either throw it away, but he also had an opportunity, just not sure enough because of the pressure. He had Sammy Cooper, and it was going to be a quick out, and it was there. Didn't get rid of the football. That's going to be on film review tomorrow morning. They're going to see that, and they're going to get all over Ben Coble because he's got to get rid of that football. That route was open.
Another 3-yard loss on first down, and it's 2nd and 13. Staley showing pressure. Play fake. They zip it right side, and it is dropped by Cade Clemens. Tough grab, though, and they only got one hand on it, and it's 3rd and long.
And Coble got lit up on that play. He's 5 yards behind the huddle with his hands on both of his knees now, his hands on his hips, his head down. He got rocked on that play again with his Staley Falcon linebackers coming in waves. He got hurt. Hit
He's
hard.
doubled over.
Yes, exactly.
Around the 40-yard line.
Tough kid because he got lit up on that play.
2 minutes to go in this third quarter. 14-8 Staley. Lee Summit West trying to convert a 3rd and 13 play. Coble, short drop, has time, flips it left side to Cardell. He completes it and run out of bounds at the 25, about 3 yards shy of the first down marker.
That's certainly a much more makeable 4th down situation here for them. And That's what they probably should be running on first and second down, those short, quick hitters that minimizes the blitz. And the way that Staley's defensive backs are playing off just enough, there's opportunities for them to get those quick hitch plays.
What do you dial up on a 4th and 3 play? Coble, shotgun snap, running out of time, scrambling right, pressure from the backside, gets rid of it off his back foot, and it's incomplete. He had a receiver, but again, he was getting dropped as he was getting rid of that ball, and it's a turnover on downs.
Yeah, and he's very, very frustrated. Just did not have time to get rid of the football again. Try to go down the field when he only needed a yard or two. Interesting.
To the other side of that coin, that play opened up, and if he had a half second more, he completes that for a touchdown. But again,
but he doesn't.
You know the pressure's been there all night.
Yeah.
You got to have, like you're saying, these quick hitting routes, and we've seen time and again them try to buy time in the pocket for Coble, and it's just not there. Staley takes over at the 25, and Jaden Moss, the carry. Shifty running has got him 7 yards out near the 32-yard line.
Gotta feel that Jaden Moss is going to be featured heavily in this drive. They've kind of gone away from him here. After that first couple drives in the game, they kind of got away from him. Got to get him back involved. We don't know how much he's banged up. He was missed most of the last game, but you got to get him involved here on this drive.
He's got a first down, and he's got more. Lowers the shoulder, and he's out to the 43-yard line. Gashing run by Jaden Moss, and 2 of his best carries of the day are now going to come to a halt as he hobbles off to the far sideline.
Not able to put pressure at all. On his left foot, left ankle?
Remember, an injury sidelined him for most of the game last week. Grace shotgun snap gives to Koa Grace running the right side, and not much there for him.
But again, positive yardage a little bit, but we're seeing some push. We're seeing some push from the Staley offensive line.
Call it 3 yards.
Yeah. Consider where they only getting 1 yard previous. It's a positive play, but we are getting some push. They were Staley offensive linemen 5 yards down the field on all 3 of these plays here on this drive.
Inside 50 seconds to play third quarter. Staley still a 6-point advantage. Grace, pistol snap's going to give to Koa. Grace running left side. He is going to get wrapped up around midfield, pick up 3 more yards. And it's going to be a third and very manageable. We may have 1 more snap in this third quarter.
Pretty big play here. I know that we still have a long, long way to go, but if you're the Titans, you got to make a stop here. You cannot afford to keep giving up field position with the way that your offense has struggled tonight.
They got to get to the Titan 46 for a first down. We're right at midfield.
Will they snap it or not?
They don't have to, but they line up as if they will. Grace from the pistol, checks the sideline. Game clock down to 5 seconds in this third quarter, and they're going to stand and watch those seconds tick away. We're at the end of 3. A scoreless third quarter sets us up for a battle in quarter number 4. Staley, they lead the number 2 team in Class 6 by 6 points going into the fourth quarter. 14-8 on your Sports Radio 810 High School Football Game of the Week.
Hi, Chiefs fans. This is Clark Hunt. The Sports Medicine and Performance Center at the University of Kansas Health System treats any sports injury that any of your family's players. Whether it's your back, knee, hip, shoulder, or a concussion, the same experts who care for the Chiefs will treat you like a pro. Learn more at sportsmedicine.kansashealthsystem.com. We're proud that the University of Kansas Health System is the official healthcare provider of the Chiefs and the athlete in you.
Come into Lowe's for savings on new floors. Shop now for 10% off wood look tile to give your floors a stylish upgrade. Need it done before guests arrive? Purchase an in-home measurement by October 16th to get new flooring installed for Thanksgiving. Visit Lowe's.com/floorinstall to see how all projects have a starting point. Start with Lowe's. Tile offer valid through 26 while supplies last. Restrictions apply. Installed by independent contractors. Subject to product and installer availability. See store at Lowe's.com for licensure details. U.S. only.
Sandra Major.
A monster third down upcoming for Staley as we welcome you back to Lee Summit West to start the fourth quarter. I'm Tim Spurley's Jeremy Crabtree, and it's Loa Grace back out there behind center. He sends a man in motion to the right side. Pistol snap. He gives to Koa Grace, who breaks off one tackle, gets outside to the right, and he's going to get gang tackled back at the 47-yard line, and the Titans get a push.
Outstanding defensive play. Elliott Keys, the defensive end, initially breaks through, stuffs the play. This is just fun. I mean, we get so many offensive shootouts in high school football and college football now and NFL football. We don't see good defense anymore. This is a defensive lover's game. What a perfect way to celebrate the first weekend of fall. Crisp weather. This feels like a football game.
Wilson gets rid of a beautiful punt. Cooper is going to field it at the 10-yard line, trying to make one man miss. He will, and then he'll get dumped out of bounds near the 18-yard line. And here come the Titans on offense. And last drive, a real opportunity for them. Took over in Staley territory. They missed it on a 4th and 3, and now they're back out there as we are underway in quarter number 4.
Let's get some scores real quick from the 810 Varsity scoreboard. Don't forget, you can get scores from 810varsity.com. Blue Springs up 24-7 over Blue Springs South. Lee Summit North bouncing back. They're up 28-17 over Liberty. Ray Peck's down 28-0 to Park Hill. Those Park Hill Trojans, they look like they've figured things out. Lee Summit's up 21-14 over Park Hill South. And Liberty North's up 23-0 over St. Joe Central. We'll get some more scores here in just a second.
Coble is going to hand off straight up the middle and pushing the pile across the 20-yard line. Call it a gain of about 1.5 yards on first down for Marcian Marshall.
As kind of expected, Rockhurst is up 28-7 over Blue Valley. Now about this score. How about your North Kansas City Hornets? Undefeated, about to be 5-0 on the season. Clyde Price had over 100 yards rushing in the first half. They're up 35-14 over Belton.
They've been impressive. Second down and about 8 to go for the Titans. Staley showing pressure. They're going to give to Marshall running left side. Gets through a small hole out to about the 24-yard line. And here comes a 3rd and 5 play for the Titans. But you got to have it here. You're punting the football.
Indeed. A couple quick scores. St. Thomas Aquinas has bounced back. They're up now 17-7 on the Kansas side over Mill Valley. Blue Valley Northwest trails 21-12 over Blue Valley Southwest. And Blue Valley North without Graham Mertz is up 21-14 over Blue Valley West. Bishop Miege, number 1 team in the city, 33-0 over St. James. No surprise there.
Here we go, 3rd and 5, big 3rd down. Coble, play fake with time, stepping up. He's going to air this one to nobody down the left sideline.
Oh, boy.
And if he takes off, he's got the first down.
That's exactly. He holds his hands to his helmet, realizing, yes, there was a spy, but he was about 6 yards deep, and I like Ben Coble in that matchup to win that one-on-one battle. Just another mistake. We've sung his praises all week long about how well he's played, but tonight he's just struggled. He's not made some right decisions, and right there, pull that down, run, get the first down, live to play for another 3 downs.
9:49 to go in the ball game, and the Titan punt unit is back out there, but flags fly before the snap. This is likely going to be a false start, and it is against Lee Summit West. I mean, how long can your defense keep bailing you out if you're Lee Summit West?
Now, you kind of feel like we're to the point where something's going to break. Eventually, the Staley offense is going to figure something out. You gotta hope your defense can come up big one more time, and then you can figure something out on offense if you're a Titan fan.
Cade Clemens back there to boot it away for Lee Summit West. He stands inside of his own 5-yard line. Low snap. Coming after it. They got a piece of it, and it flutters out of bounds to the Titans sideline. And let's see where the official marks it. He's going to stop at the 35 of Lee Summit West. Great field position for Staley as they get a piece of that punt. And here come the Falcons.
All right, another quick scores. Undefeated Gardner Edgerton's right now up over Olathe East, 21-14. Olathe North is down 7-0 to Columbine out of Littleton, Colorado. Another interesting matchup. Olathe South is up 30-17 over Shawnee Mission South. Olathe West will not likely get their first victory ever as a varsity squad. They're down 14-7 to Shawnee Mission North. And also, this is an interesting game. We didn't talk a lot about this much this week, but Shawnee Mission East 2-1 against an undefeated 3-0 Shawnee Mission Northwest squad. The Lancers up 16-7. Winner of that game has to like their chances of being maybe the number 2 team in the Sunflower League.
Running the right side is Dawson Parks and getting dropped near the 33-yard line, 2 yards on first down. Parks back out there at quarterback.
But now if you're Staley, you've been gifted great field position.
Yeah.
You got to put some points on the board. You got to put some separation with the way that your defense has played all night long and the way the Titans offense has struggled. But you know they're explosive. They could score in a blink of an eye. You got to put some points on the board here on this drive.
It's been a scoreless second half. Still sitting at 14-8. Staley in front with the ball. Parks, shotgun snap. He's going to keep it running left side. Dives across the 30 near the 28-yard line. Going to be about 1.5 yards, maybe 2 yards shy of that first down marker.
I think if he lets Moss carry the football there instead of pulling it from his belly, I think Moss gets that first down. Good to see that Moss is back out there after being banged up in that last drive. But, gosh, let your big dog eat. Give it to your star running back and let him get the yards.
3rd and 2. 8.5 to play the ball game. Staley up 6. This is a big 3rd down. Running the right side is Parks. He stumbles, and he falls at the 33-yard line. If he keeps his footing, he probably has a first down, and now it's 4th down.
Yep. Got to imagine they're going to go for it here. No indication of any kind of special teams coming on the field. So we've got the play of the game here setting up. And you got to imagine, well, hold on.
They're bringing in the big boys. They're not going to boot it away. It looks like they're calling for the big guys. Well, we'll see. Now there are a lot more people coming on. Yeah, they're going to go for it, it appears. Well, the punter's out there.
10 seconds. They're going to try a field goal.
No, they are going to try a field goal.
They're going to have to call timeout. Going to have to call timeout.
Play clock is at 3, and now they take a timeout. And so some indecision, costly there for the Falcons. It looked like they were going to go for it the whole time. They sent in like 4 people.
Yeah.
That would have indicated, a heavy package. And then the punter and the kicker run out late.
Yeah.
Yeah, just confusion.
You could kind of see, I was watching the sideline, the field goal unit was huddled. They were ready to go. They kind of ran out, then they went back, then they kind of ran out, and then we're on. Wait, we don't have the tee? Oh, no. So it was just discombobulated from the get-go. And so now the field lights called the timeout. Interesting to see, do they go ahead and go for it, or do they trust their kicker to make an absolutely critical field goal here?
Jacob Stewart has not missed an extra point this year, 19 for 19. He's 2 for 2 taking field goals, but he's got a long of 29.
Yeah, no, exactly. They've all been, inside the 20, that 20 to 29-yard range with the long of 29, as you said.
And this is
a boot.
Yeah,
this is a boot.
This is going to be it's spotted at the 28, so it would be a 45-yarder.
Yeah.
And they are going to kick a field goal.
You got to be wire. If you're the Titans, you got to be thinking fake.
Just inside the right hash. It's Jacob Stewart, the 6'2", 155-pound senior kicker. He can put Staley up 9 with 7.5 to play. This is a 45-yarder. Kicked up, and it is good. What a boot
just
from
enough.
Jacob Stewart.
Just enough.
45.
Had the wind behind his back, and just enough. What a credit. That's the type of kick that wins you state championships. That's the type of kick that keeps the streak alive.
17-8, lead to 9 on your Sports Radio 810 High School Football Game of the Week.
Stretch your hard-earned dollar during the Dollar Down Sales Drive at Olathe Kia. Buy or lease any new Kia with just $1 down. $1 makes your first payment. And get $1 oil changes for 2 years. Like the new 2018 Kia Forte, Olathe Kia Ultra Low Lease, $1 down and just $227 a month. Or save up to 22% off the MSRP on select new Kias. Plus, every new Olathe Kia comes with our exclusive lifetime warranty. Stop by today and check out our huge inventory of new Kias. Take a test drive for your Kia. So if you got a dollar, you got a deal. Another down sales drive going on now at Bill George's Olathe Kia, your locally owned and operated Kia dealership, just off I-35 in Santa Fe, or online at OlatheKia.com. Open Sundays 11 to 4. We'll see you there.
big right leg of Jacob Stewart has given the Staley Falcons a 9-point lead at 17-8, and he's got it teed up at the 40-yard line, ready to boot this one back to Lee Summit West. He's going to kick it short, right side, taken by Cardell at the 11-yard line. Back towards the middle of the field, across the 20 to the 25. And Staley has really forced the hand now of Vinny Carswell, and you're going to have to get going with 7:24 to play.
Yeah, you got to get something going. Get that quick passing attack. Get Sammy Cooper involved. Get your playmaker and find a way to get the ball in his hands somehow, some way. Okay, Goodall's had a couple nice catches. Trevor Cardell has also. Cade Clemens has a lot of big playability, averaging 15 yards a game, but all those guys have really just been neutralized by this just tremendous Staley pass rush all night long.
The only thing that's worked in the second half for this Titan attack has been the short passing game. They haven't turned to it too often. Coble sends a man in motion to the left side. He's going to flip it to Marcian Marshall trying to get to the edge, and he's going to get run out of bounds.
Just so good defensive pursuit. Landon Donaldson. He's fun. You watch him on film, and he's just number 2. He shows up. He is all over the place. He, Hayden, Gregg, number 50, and Parker Heaney, number 26, linebacker. Those are the 3. You watch the Staley defense. They're everywhere. And right there, kept outside leverage and did an outstanding job.
7:19 to go in the ball game. 2nd and 10 for the Titans. Down 9. They got to get the offense in motion. Coble, shotgun snap. He's got time. Steps up in the pocket. This time he's going to run. He's tripped up from behind near the 28.
Nick Wright, haven't called his name much tonight. Another junior that looks the part at 6'4", 245 pounds, just stuck his big right hand out and tripped Coble from behind.
3rd and 7. Obviously 4-down territory, down 2 scores.
And it's been like this all night long for Lee Summit West. 3rd and long, all night long. Now they're going to run out the different formation look.
Everybody lined up in a straight line, and now they shift into a regular formation, an empty formation. Coble, quick snap, looking right side with time. Deep ball for Sammy Cooper. Jump ball! He brought it down inside the 40-yard line at the Staley 37.
Little trickeration, and you know what? It worked.
Boy.
Also, just a little bit of luck there, too, because Sammy Cooper went up and high-pointed that football. Ben Coble throwing into a pretty stiff wind.
There were 3 white
jerseys. Yeah, there were. You got a little bit of luck. But the trickeration with the formation, quick snap, they're going to try it again here, it looks like. But nice job by Sammy Cooper. That's why I said he's their explosive guy. You know, looked like a baseball play right there because he is. I'm sure he's caught a few pop flies like that over the years.
He's a Notre Dame baseball signee. They quickly break huddle. They're going to give to Cooper on the end around. Picks up a block. He's across the 30-yard line. He's to the 26, and we're inside 6 to play.
Just a little bit of a wrinkle, and it worked. And he almost got into the secondary for even a bigger gain. He almost got into a touchdown there on that play. But if you're Lee Summit West, you guys start thinking about upping the tempo.
5:49 to play. They move the chains. It's a gain of 10 on the ground for Cooper. Coble from the pistol. He's going to hand off on a delay to Max Payne. Hole opens up, skips a tackler, spins inside the 15-yard line. Gang tackled, move the chains 11 yards.
It's kind of funny. Get a one big play, momentum can swing, and suddenly you start getting a little extra pep in your step. You start going a little bit quicker. You start playing a little bit harder. You start pushing a little harder, and that's exactly what we've seen 2 plays in a row. Big positive yardage for the Titans.
Plenty of time, 5:36 to go. 1st and 10 from the 15. Coble sends Cooper in motion to the right side. Pistol snap, running out of time. Coble dodges one, looking to run back to the right, and he's dropped back at the 16. A loss of about 1.5 yards.
Guess who? Landon Donaldson, again, coming up from his safety spot and making an outstanding one-on-one tackle on Ben Coble.
His 3rd sack of the year. He's also got 3 picks and a fumble recovery for a touchdown he had earlier in this game. 2nd and 12. Titans have to have points on this possession. They're going to try the delay again to Max Payne. He's got a head of room. He's inside the 10-yard line.
Gosh, he makes a cut to the outside. He might be able to get into the end zone on that play there, but nice positive play. They've found some success with that little draw delay with Staley bringing linebackers all over the place. Just let them run by the play.
3rd and 5. 4:33 to go in the game. Coble gives to Payne, straight through the middle. Hole opens up. He spins inside the 2-yard line. 1st and goal, Titans.
Great individual effort to get through there. Still like it if he just doesn't spin one last time. Get in the end zone.
1st and goal.
But this is the best offensive drive we've seen from Lee Summit West all night long.
With the Titans backed into the corner, they have responded in the 4th quarter. 4:20 and rolling. Coble all alone. No, it's Cooper in the backfield. He's going to fake. Cooper's going to keep it left side for the end zone. He's in, and the Titans are alive with 4:14 to go in the game.
Put the ball in the playmakers' hands, and the playmakers make plays. Sammy Cooper did an outstanding job on that drive. 3 big touches, the huge catch down the field, the sweep to the outside, and then put him in the Wildcat and let your star make the play. Great individual effort. Great answer by this Titans offense because they were dead. They were dead all night long. Have not done anything positive, but right there manages to get into the end zone. And we've got ourselves a game with 4:14 left.
Michael Wiley's extra point kick is going to sneak in that right upright. 17-15. Don't go anywhere on your Sports Radio 810 High School football game of the week.
Better call Bob, Wizard or Clog. If you're a homeowner, you may not be experiencing backups right now, but undetected issues in your sewer lines can lead to major breaks in pipes and your wallet. For $99, we'll send out a Bob Hamilton camera inspector to look inside those pesky pipes, and if it backs up again, we'll open it up for free. Wow, how's that for peace of mind?
High school football is brought to you by the Sports Medicine and Performance Center at the University of Kansas Health System. During the fall sports season, walk-in appointments are available.
Here we go, after the ID.
Try to hawk up a lung.
Including sprains, strains, fractures, and concussions. Learn more at sportsmedicine.kansashealthsystem.com.
17-15. Titans have life, and Wiley sends a low kick along the ground. It is going to be fallen on by the returner Koa Grace at the 18-yard line, and Staley now is going to probably have to pick up 2 first downs in order to ice it away.
Yeah, no doubt. With the timeouts left, 2 of them left for both teams. So, but this is what you build your offense about, is running the football and grinding at the clock. And they've shown signs of it and flashes of it here in the second half, but not enough for consistency. If you're Lee Summit West, you're thinking strip, you're thinking interception, you're thinking do everything you possibly can to get the football back. And we're going to see this crowd probably get into this game here on this drive. They've been quiet most of the night, but now this is when you need your hometown crowd to be loud.
They make some noise. Grace sends a man in motion. He's going to give to Jaden Moss, running the right side. Gang tackled at the 19, calling a gain of a yard.
5 Titan defenders right there in the hole. Shane Fredrickson did a nice job from his strong safety spot to come up and slow down the play, let his teammates come and make the tackle. Nice first play by the Titans on defense.
They got to get to the 29 for a first down. We're inside 4 to play, 17-15. Staley with the football. 2 timeouts remaining for both teams. Play clock inside 15. Grace letting the time tick away. Moss is to his left. Snap, jumps the football, it's alive! There's a scrum for it. Titans say they have it, waiting for the signal. They're getting bodies off the bottom of the pile. Waiting, no call yet, still no call. Both teams say they have it. It is Staley football. They retain possession, but it's a 3rd down coming up.
That was not a bad snap. Dan O'Neill has had several bad snaps tonight, but right there, that was right in Grace's hands. He tried to go again too quick because this is crunch time. You make mistakes like that, and listen to this crowd. This Lee Summit crowd senses The game is on the line right here. Huge third down play.
Getting to their feet, 3:19 and rolling to go in the ball game. Two of the best teams in Missouri battling it out late in the fourth. 3rd and 11. Grace, short drop, pressure. He's going to throw it over the middle, incomplete through the hands of Robinson, and the Titans are going to get another shot.
Just hurried just enough. Grace had to get rid of it maybe just a fraction of a second early. But if you're Mark Robinson, you got to come up with that catch. That ball was very catchable. He catches that. He gets a first down. And guess what? Sammy Cooper's back on punt return. This is an opportunity for the Titans to take this game over.
Cooper was electric on the last drive. Wilson to punt. He is going to get rid of a great line drive kick. Cooper is going to drop it. He's going to go scramble for it at the 25-yard line, trying to make a man miss. He does. Far sideline, 35, 40, midfield, Sammy Cooper, and he's run out of bounds in Falcon territory at the 45, 2:52 to go in the game.
Well, sometimes you see when the returner muffs the football, the coverage slows down because they're trying to see where the ball's going to go, and that's exactly what happened. The gunners slowed down, and Cooper was somehow able to scoop it up like a shortstop, again, baseball reference, and was able to dart up that right sideline. Nice blocking. He got lit up on the play at the end. Interesting to see if his bell got run, but he's still out there. But right now, the momentum is all with the Titans. And if you're Staley, you've rode your defense all night long. You need your defense to come up big on this game-defining drive.
This is number 3 versus number 4 in Kansas City. What else would you expect? Coble with 3 left, 1 right. Pistol snap. Throws right side, completes right side, and ducking out of bounds at the 38 is Cade Clemens.
Talk about a big-time throw by Coble right there. He saw the pressure coming in his face from the left, throws it on a dart to the right. Cade Clemens, nice route.
7 yards on first down for the Titans. Trying to mount a comeback.
But most importantly, got out of bounds, too.
2:48, and the clock is stopped. Still 2 timeouts for both teams. Coble with Payne to his right. Sends a man in motion to the left side. Shotgun snap. Pressure coming. Zips it right side for Payne, and he dropped it. He was wide open, and it's 3rd down.
Wide, wide, wide open. Perfect play call there by the Titans offensive staff. Coble put it right in the money. You got to come up with that catch.
And he is gone if he catches that ball.
He might be in the end zone.
Brilliant play design. But it's 3rd and 3 now. You got to have it from the Falcon 37. 2 left, 2 right for Coble and company. Hard count, shotgun snap, looking left, zips it left. It is complete to Cardell, and he's dragged out the 34 right at the first down marker. But it looks to us like he's got the first down.
Just enough.
And he does. They move the chains.
But we're seeing what they probably should have been doing all game. Quick passing game. Quick passing game. Neutralizing the blitz by getting the ball out of Coble's hands quickly.
1st and 10 to the Falcon 33-yard line. Titans were down 9 in this 4th quarter. They're charging back, now down 2. Coble has all day to throw. Stepping up in the pocket, breaks the tackle. Taken down near the 30-yard line, only 2 yards. Staley is spying him every time he breaks the pocket.
Yeah, Nick Wright did a nice job getting him coming back from his defensive ends, but that's still not a bad play. Not a bad play. Got some positive yardage there.
2nd and 8. 2 minutes to go in the ball game. 3 to the right, out of the pistol. Payne the deep back. Short drop for Coble. Stepping up, wants to run. Breaks a tackle, 25, carries the pile right to the first down marker.
Might just be short a little bit. Interesting, Staley's come all night long with the blitz. That's 2 plays in a row where they've dropped all but 3 guys, dropped 8 guys into coverage and forcing Ben Coble to make plays with his feet, not with his arm, and stepped up and almost got the first down there. This is an interesting play here. We'll see what they dial up on 3rd and short.
Yeah, 3rd and a yard. Only 3 down linemen for Staley. Running lanes are open if they want them. Coble is going to give off onto the lay. Payne's got a first down, and he slips to the 16-yard line. They moved the chains, stop the clock, 1:24 to go.
Interesting, they did not bring the blitz again from that linebacker level. They got burnt by the delay.
What a comeback we are seeing by the Titans. Not complete yet, though. Down 2. 1:22 and rolling in the fourth quarter. 2 left, 2 right. Payne the deep back. Coble, hard count, pistol snap. Fakes to Payne, running out of room. They're pressuring him. He zips it, complete at the 5 for the end zone. Titans on the high side. A touchdown grab for Trevor Cardell. And Lee Summit West has come all the way back.
How about Ben Coble during this fourth quarter? Struggled all game long. Looked like he was inconsistent, making bad reads. In this fourth quarter, he has been on the money. Had pressure on his face right there, but somehow managed to still get the ball off to Cardell using his big 6'5", 210-pound frame to get into the end zone. What an answer here by the Lee Summit Titans.
And now Lee Summit West will go for 2 to try to make it a 6-point game. It's 21-17. Coble changing the play at the line. They're going to snap it to Max Payne. He drops the football and a flag before the snap. Are they going to say an illegal formation here? A false start against the Titans.
Actually, might have kind of got lucky
there.
there.
Because the snap hit Max Payne in the shoulder pad and it hit the ground. And they're going to have a scrum in the backfield, but a false start sort of bails them out and gives them another chance at this.
I see. Yeah. 7.
So now off the 8-yard line, they're going to go for 2. 3 left, 1 right for Coble. Out of the pistol. Here comes pressure in his face. Dumps it off right side, and it's incomplete. They missed the 2-point conversion, but they now lead by 4. 21-17 on your Sports Radio 810 High School Football Game of the Week.
Join the Kansas City Sports Club for their second
Awesome.
annual baseball fundraiser watch party at the Sand Trap Bar and Grill on Monday, October 1st for a night of fun and football. The pregame action will kick off at 5. Raffle tickets will be available for purchase throughout the game, and you don't have to be present to win. But why miss a night full of great fun, food, and football to help support baseball players from the Kansas City Sports Club? Don't forget October 1st at the Sand Trap Bar and Grill. Sports Radio 810 and the Kansas City Sports Club are proudly giving back to kids in Kansas City for a game we all love.
If you have frequent heartburn, take control of it with Prilosec OTC. Instead of stashing antacids every day, like in your junk drawer, buried under old batteries and hotel pens, or in your purse, hiding in the one pocket you won't check. You even have antacids on your nightstand, which are very hard to see in the dark. It's time you stopped stashing antacids and started taking Prilosec OTC. 1 pill a day, 24 hours, 0 heartburn.
Here we go.
Sec OTC uses directed for 14 days, not for immediate relief.
Staley back on the football. Here's a return being set up across the 30-yard line down to the 35-yard line. And here comes the Falcons after a good return by Ramon Shelton.
Interesting. The Staley special teams have been booting the ball through the end zone most of the night. Kind of squib kicked it there and gave up pretty good field position. So, Loa Grace and Dawson Parks, whoever's going to be under center here is going to have good field position to work with. And if you're the Titans, you got to be careful. You don't want to play too preventive a defense and let them just move the ball down the field. But this is uncharted territory a little bit for Staley because they are a run-first offense. So we'll see what happens.
Staley needs a touchdown to win. Grace is going to roll left on first down. He's going to zip an out route incomplete off the extended arm of Ramon Shelton, and it's 2nd and 10 with 59 to go.
I'll tell you what, this crowd is electric. They were kind of sitting on their hands for most of the game. But, boy, the way that they came alive here in this fourth quarter gave the Titans a lot of momentum, and they're going to be loud here on this drive with 59.1 seconds left in the game.
2 timeouts for either team. A turnover would certainly end it. Grace rolling right this time on a 2nd down play, holding on to it. Now he's going to take off across the 40-yard line, ducks out of bounds near the 45-yard line, short of the first down marker by about 2 yards.
8-yard gain on the
53 seconds.
Yeah, they're giving everything short up.
2 yards to go.
So Grace could find the short intermediate routes. They're there. The out routes, the underneath routes, the quarterback scrambles. They're there because Lee Summit West is playing too deep defense.
3 left, 1 right. Grace is going to give to Moss. He's got the first down. He knifes his way across midfield into Titan territory with 48 seconds to go. Clock stops momentarily, remember.
Yeah, they're not calling timeout. They're going to run the play here.
Officials still over the ball. Hasn't ran the clock yet. Now they do. Staley is set up, 3 to left, 1 to the right. Shotgun snap, Grace. He's going to roll left. He's got time. He steps up, zips a pass. It is deflected, nearly picked off, and it's second down.
Grace got greedy there. He had the underneath route wide open. Tight end Blake Prophet standing at the 40-yard line, waiting for the ball to be thrown. Instead, he tries to go up the field more vertically, and it almost got intercepted. You got to take what you can get. I know time is of the essence, but that would have been a first down where he could have gotten out of bounds.
Shane Fredrickson got his hands on the ball. 39 seconds to go. From the 47 of Lee Summit West, flags at the snap, blow this one dead. 21-17 Titans up 4, trying to hang on. A false start against the Falcons make this a little bit tougher.
Yeah, I think Jason Simcoe, the right tackle, flinched. And did you see the entire Titan crowd and the Titan defense? They knew it. They knew it. That's a hometown. That's a home crowd penalty right there.
And it's been a fantastic crowd.
This both sides. The Falcons sideline is jam-packed. They were loud when Lee Summit West was trying to score.
Staley back on their own side of the 50 after the 5-yard false start penalty. Grace, short drop, pressure coming. They are going to get home on Grace. Back at the 42. Calling a loss of 6, and Staley's going to have to burn a timeout with 31 seconds to go.
I love that play call by the defensive staff at Lee Summit West. So many times in this situation, defenses play vanilla. They play prevent defense, and they let teams run down the field on them. Be aggressive. Play your defense like you have all night long, and that's exactly what they did. They dialed up the weak side safety blitz, and 2 guys got there for the sack.
31 seconds left in this game, but don't forget to tune into the Bob Hamilton Plumbing, Heating, AC, Rooter, and Electrical post-game show. Better call Bob. And boy, we have got one heck of a finish in store.
And this is what we thought it would be.
33 seconds.
2 of the best teams in Kansas City. And you know what?
Yeah.
Someone's going to lose tonight. They don't, Chad Rader listening back to the studio, don't drop them.
Yeah.
Don't drop them. These are 2 of the best teams in Kansas City, and we've seen Miege. We've seen Aquinas. These 2 teams are right there at that level.
Yeah, there's not going to be a lot to nitpick about at the end of this one. What a game it's been. What a fourth quarter it's been. Titans have overcome a 9-point fourth quarter deficit in the last 8 minutes of the contest. They lead 21-17. 33 seconds to go. 3rd and 21 out of the timeout for the Falcons. Grace sends Moss in motion. Short drop. Stepping up, zipping right side. It is caught across the 45. About 6 yards shy of the first down.
Gotta go.
Inside 23 seconds, and now a timeout taken by the Falcons, their final timeout.
But it is 4th down, so the clock's almost a little bit irrelevant on this play. You got to get the first down. If you don't get the first down, game's over, obviously.
And they are not calling a 4th down play call only right here. They are calling 4th down.
You have to.
And then the first down. And the next play after that, they're calling 3, maybe 4 plays
and
right
this
here.
is a lot of pressure. Keep in mind, this is Loa Grace. This is his first go-round. They replaced the all-everything John Rayburn, who was one of the most dynamic quarterbacks in the entire state of Missouri last season. And Grace, this is his first real opportunity in a big-time game like this to come through. So there's a ton of pressure on him right now. And he's looked good on this drive. He's got to come up with some big plays, though.
23 seconds to go in the game.
Well, you got to think Lee Summit West is going to give them something underneath again. That last drive
Yeah.
they lined up, that last play they lined up with 4 deep. They're going to give them something. They're going to give them something that can get the first down yardage. But like you said, you got to be ready to go with the next play here, the next 2 or 3 plays on this drive.
And do the Titans dial up pressure here? 4th and 5.
Doesn't look like they're going to.
Titans trying to hang on up 4, 23 seconds to play. Gray shotgun snap, has time, throws right side, incomplete, batted down, and there is your dagger. The Titans come back in the 4th quarter, and they are going to take down the Staley Falcons at home.
That's Ramon Shelton didn't turn around for the football. It was there. It was there. Grace put it where it needed to be, and what a nice, outstanding job by this Titan defense. And how about this offense coming through when it needed to? But this defense, this Titan defense, kept them in this game the entire time. They bent several times, but they did not break, and knew that their offense would come alive just somehow, some way, and they did here in the 4th quarter.
Ben Coble falls to a knee, and the party's on out here in Lee's Summit. 21-17. The Titans had their backs to the wall, down 9 points with under 8 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. They come all the way back. Sammy Cooper runs in a touchdown to cut into that lead, make it a 2-point game. They get a defensive stop. Sammy Cooper again with a great return to set up the Titans. And then Ben Coble hits Trevor Cardell, his favorite target all night, for a 16-yard go-ahead touchdown. And the Titans complete the comeback and take down the reigning champions for the first time since November of 2016, snapping an 18-game win streak for the Falcons. In Lee Summit West, they are 5-0 and putting all of Missouri on notice.
Just a tremendous come-from-behind victory. The type, like you said, the type of victory that puts everybody on notice. Lee Summit West. Coach Careswell said, coming into the season, don't sleep on us. You can't sleep on the Titans now. The Titans are for real.
Hey, don't worry, Coach. We are wide awake. 21-17, Lee Summit West. They break the 18-game win streak for the Falcons. For Jeremy Crabtree, I'm Tim Spurl, throwing it back to the studio. Chad Rader, he's got all the scores and updates for us on a crazy Friday night. Lee Summit West, they stay unblemished at 5-0 on the strong right arm of Ben Coble. Have yourselves a good night, Kansas City.
Sports Radio 810 WHB, America's largest all-sports radio.
That was fun.
Awesome.
You can't point at one guy and then say, "Oh, I know, over here, it's over here."
physically looks like an absolute man playing against children right now as an edge rushing defensive end that's almost 255 pounds. And you're like, how? Again, it's just like you said. Some down the line, people are saying, how did those kids ever get out of this area?
Yeah.
Especially when you're talking about programs that are talent starved at those positions. So,
like Ronnie Bell last year. I mean,
no question.
That's a great example here.
Playing as a true freshman at Missouri. I mean, Michigan, excuse me. Should be Missouri.
Give them a more update on Tank Young tonight before
Jeremy. Tim. Tank Young, 91 yards in the first half on one run. And to basically end the Mill Valley threat, goes 71 for a score in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
of course.
And I was a little surprised watching. We weren't watching the game live, but we obviously were getting updates. And I was a little surprised. That seemed a lot closer than what I anticipated. So give Joel Appleby's staff a lot of credit because they're run through a murderer's row of a schedule to be able to keep it hanging in that game up into the fourth quarter. Your tip of the maybe Mill Valley's better than what we thought they were.
That's exactly what Chad and I were talking about. They played a tremendous game and were tough and were physical, and it'll be interesting to see because if the way the 5A playoffs are likely to work out, we're going to see this matchup again.
Oh yeah,
and I think that this could be a tipping point in the season really for Mill Valley, and the fact that like you say, Coach Appleby's going to be able to step back and tell his guys, okay, you just played maybe the best team in all of 5A. And a team that's going to have something to say about the EHL championship, and you gave them everything they wanted for basically 3.5 quarters, and I think that's something they can build on. Guys, we're going to go ahead and wind it up. Thank you very much. A tremendous call of a phenomenal football game.
It was fun.
Absolutely. We look forward to talking with you guys again next week.
Hey, next week's, it may be even better than this week's.
Ooh. We've been waiting for this one. This is Rockhurst, Bishop Miege. That's just real quickly.
He just wants to ask you guys.
I think it's going to be one of the most electric atmospheres we've seen in a long time. And, Sir was on with Soren, and, he's right. I've talked to a lot of Miege people, even people that have not been to a Miege game throughout this run, which I don't know why they haven't been, but this is the game that they have been talking about all summer long, and it should be fun because Rocker sure looks like they've gotten their act together. I mean, assuming they kind of continue. I didn't see the final score with Blue Valley, but it looked like they were still
hammered them.
They still were rolling over them, so. It's gonna be fun, and two of the best coaches in the entire country are gonna be going at it, and I can't wait till next week. It's gonna be 65 degrees. It's gonna be absolute. Can we play now?
Right.
I was gonna say, sir, you sound giddy.
I am. I mean,
this is a voice I've never heard.
Well, this is called. I don't have much of a voice left, but no, this is a great. This is. We're blessed to get these types of games every few years in Kansas City, and one that I think everybody in the general public will want to pay attention to because it is Miege and it is Rockhurst, and that's going to be fun. Going to be fun.
And just a reminder, 2 weeks after that, Miege Aquinas.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a fun fall.
It is. No doubt. Guys, thanks again. Heck of a job tonight, and we will talk to you next Friday.
Looking forward to it.
Take care, guys.
Hey, you want to send me that again?
What we're going to do, we're going to take a break.